Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to session 2 of the Witch King's Crystal. Here we pick up at the strange tower that they saw in the distance that they sailed up to, and the artificer Phoebe Tinkerfen became quite interested and wanted to go ashore, which I did not explain very well. And so they did, and we see what things they discover. Enjoy. Okay, gentlemen.
I kind of like the one on the right better, honestly.
So, let's recap, shall we?
I agree with the one on the right.
So everyone gathering together in a small tavern that we never named, in Underport of Escamil, little Underport section, literally under the port.
Wow.
Renowned for its slightly shadier side of any business that goes on. 5 weirdos met up, as I like to call all of our parties, because they're all weird.
Okay.
5 weirdos got together, decided they're gonna do this job that some strange elf man is offering them. And then after casting a zone of truth, he disappeared. Joined on the ship, met the most Scottish, strange, hot, beautiful demon woman you've ever seen. Struggled to get past just simply looking at her after she removed her bandana and face mask and coat. And
Well,
then,
some of us anyway.
after missing an entire conversation for a jug, discovered you guys are transporting a crystal being carried by Phoebe that she is keeping on her. Take it to the actually, I don't remember if that island has its own name. Give me a moment.
He's
Not a
like, I
moment.
shall name this.
I actually went the long way. That would have been much faster if I would have went to the right. I was already in the right section and I backed out of it.
Amazing.
To the island where the Prismatic Society is centered, which is in the city of Harishal, Emerald Stretch, on the far northeast side of Arcanesia. Most of you probably don't really know where that is, because you don't really sail there. It's not really a place that you sail. Also, there's a war on there, so it's not really in the best interest of everyone to go there.
Not very touristy.
And in spotting the ancient tower far off the coast of Escamil and off the coast of the continent of Durasil, Phoebe and some others, mostly Phoebe, became curious about the tower and wanted to see it up close, because most people just sail past it. And that curiosity inspired a stop to see what's going on, to look about and see what you might find. So following along with you, you will have that one. And upon disembarking the ship, you see, as though without a second thought and just keeping an eye, following right behind her is Terragus. For this particular section of like entering and looking around, you don't necessarily have to move your tokens, but once we start doing specific rooms and whatever, then we'll probably need to move tokens around. But the first entrance, you can just leave them there for now. So standing on the dock, the old stone dock seems to be barely holding together. Old watchtower, what would you like to do?
That is a good question.
I'm gonna make it clear. As I said I was gonna do, I went to the captain's quarters and just put a bottle of wine in front of her door as the gift I was gonna give before I got entranced. Came back and was like,
I couldn't look her in the face, and if I ran into her, I had my hood ready. But I'm here. I'm ready. Let's do this.
That freaking high-pitched voice makes it so much better.
It changes that.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm ready, gang. Let's
How
do
much
this.
you wanted that someone's gonna steal that wine?
You look
yes.
back and the bottle is gone. It has been gift accepted.
Gift accepted.
And probably
Um,
drank.
Probably drink. How fast? That's the question.
Over the next
Minutes.
probably hour or so.
Interesting. Because I was gonna say if that was in seconds, then Jesus Christ.
Well,
what
it's the
race
middle
is
of the
that?
day.
That was a
Oh, yeah.
vintage too. They don't know what they drank.
You don't know what that possum put in that drink.
Definitely needs to have some cheese with that.
Yeah, so.
It's a very cheese heavy wine to go with it.
Cheese heavy wine.
Not
It's,
cheese heavy, but it's cheese heavy.
On a ship, definitely a middle of the day sort of drink rather than the typical.
Grog.
Grog is good.
Grog is great. I guess.
Get the fuck out of here.
I guess.
Oh my god. I know why Kyle
like,
said that.
like
what?
how like most of us have our actual names, and then there's just Ass Blaster and Dude.
I saw that. I was like, who's dude? Then I was like, oh, S Blaster too.
Or you know what? There'd be another person named Guy. You're trying to find him. He's not the guy. I am.
Oh my god. He's
I
like, what's
guess
his
I'll
name?
start
You.
heading
He's like,
towards the door, down the pier.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Guy. This is my twin, Fieri.
he's like, what's your twins? What's your third twin's name? You.
You.
I would like to inspect my weapons and make sure Voithos is okay before we start making our way down to the entrance.
I was waiting for it. Who are we missing? Are we missing anybody in Albert Rodeo, or am I just paranoid?
There's only 4 of us aside from you.
Oh,
Yeah, we're missing Robert's character.
oh, Robert.
Yeah. That's. I knew we were missing somebody. I was like, there's 4 out of 5 here.
We're
I have to
also
make one. It's okay. Hold on.
Huh? You don't have to
Just
make
find
anything.
an
There's no
icon that-
account. You just
Yeah,
grab
just find an
something.
icon that fits and then place it there if you
Just
didn't make
what?
a token. Just grab an icon on the right and put it down whichever one you like.
Oh, on the Owl Road. Owl Bear. Okay.
Yes.
Where is the map? Oh, there it is. About to load.
Man,
there
it's
you got. There you go.
Azra. And guard.
I also thought that was funny. Why is my
Oh,
camera?
I have the perfect one for him. Let me put it here. There we go.
You thought of okay.
He moves it.
Oh my god.
He's a big boy.
What are you trying to say, sir? Do they have a big ego?
Yeah, maybe.
No, I'm trying to say you have a big nose.
All
But that works too.
I don't see your
Yeah,
little
there's a
robot
big-
dude either.
There's
He's
a
just
joke
in your
I'm gonna
picture.
make, but
He's on
I
the
think
picture.
you're
He
racist.
stays next to him usually. If need be, we can add another token.
Add him as if he's sent on something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We can
Alright,
put the little
so-
bomb tycoon.
So Revian is heading towards the door. Anybody else? What
with
else?
Jug on my shoulder.
Oh yeah, Jug
Yeah,
with you.
I'm riding along with him.
Y'all coming? Or y'all gonna stand there and watch the ship?
We ain't got all day. I don't think.
Not all day.
Yeah, after I inspect my weapons and Voithos, I'm ready to go.
All right, so you
Man
approach
playing
and you
checkers.
find clearly made to not like certain pieces. You can tell by obviously the stone pier that you're standing on. This stone-shaped dock, shaped out of stone dock, and the walls and like the roundedness and like how the whole thing is built is meant to weather the waves and storms. Because even like the top of the fort isn't flat on the very top. It is flat on the very top, but edges are all curved and rounded. And so to allow the waves to just kind of move and crash over it rather than like into it.
Do we have an idea of how old this place would be?
This would be like to out of game, like the Roman Empire. Like this was a long fucking time ago. You know about it. You know of it. There's a little, this and that, minor things that you know of. They spread pretty far. It was a pretty big empire. They were all of Duracell, Admanta, into Arcanesia, and other islands and places of other continents that they had kind of spread to. They got very, very far. It was just a very big, very famous empire, long time ago, and that ability to weather is furthered by the side of the door, which is just a big stone slab.
Interesting.
Clearly
Does
a
it
door.
look
It's not hidden. It's just big stone slab.
Does it look like there's a locking or opening mechanism?
Not really.
No.
Uh,
Well, that's unfortunate.
Is it just heavy? I'll go to see if I can push it open.
Roll plus strength.
All right, let me get that. I rolled 12 plus 7, 19.
Yeah, you put your hands on the door and give it a push, and then it's nothing, and then it pushes in, and then it starts to turn open. It feels like it has some kind of seal to help keep the water out. And been sitting for a very long time, so that seal has set and all that time. But you all watch a tiny creature put his hands on the door. He's less than half your size. He's like a quarter, maybe 1/5 of all your size. Put his hands on this giant stone slab door, which makes it look even bigger, or it makes him look smaller, depending on your perspective. He pushes. Here's some spraying of air and like change of air pressure and stuff, and then the door begins to open. Then you feel that usual like shift in air as the wind kind of blows past you and pulls into the door, and you see mostly darkness right at the entrance.
Anybody got a torch? Got the door open.
Can I cast light on something?
Yeah, sure. Typically with Dungeon World, with cantrips, I don't ask you to roll for those, so when you do cast cantrips, don't worry about rolling. But yeah,
Okay,
you
cool.
cast light is up.
Okay, cool. Do I have to cast it on an object, or is it just a ball of light?
I don't actually know if it specifies for cleric.
I think it was last time I remember a
think
cleric
it
using
does-
light. It was
Yeah,
on
it
an
was a
object.
specific object. It's the same as D&D. It is a specific object. What would you like to cast light
Cool.
on?
Would it affect the amount of light given off if I cast it on a bigger object?
No, I think it would be the same radius, but it would just be... It would just vary.
All right, I'll just cast
Depending
it on an.
Now cast it on Jug.
I was about to say, can I cast it on Voithos or Jug?
Yeah, you can cast it on anybody.
Jug, do you want to lead the way with the light?
I think I'm already positively glowing, so I don't mind an extra light.
All right,
Oh.
sure. I cast light on Jug.
Jug, roll a D100, make a wisdom saving throw. I'm just kidding.
Hell yeah! Like damn it, I was.
Oh my god. He was about to fail
I reach down and
so
give Jug a
bad.
high five as he starts glowing for opening the door.
What's my
Oh,
save? What's my
he-
save? What do I gotta beat?
um,
No.
To give it a touch more focus,
Or a low five.
what's specific? Like, you could do like his whole head, or like his hands, or like his neck. I don't like it. What's
Just
specific?
his entire being.
I want his entire body to
You
just
want his whole
glow.
body. Okay.
Yeah.
And I would have picked his mohawk.
Okay, so Jug is now your
Oh,
light
that would have been
source.
glorious.
I'm gonna say, does the cantrip give a distance?
Let me see.
I don't think
I
it.
just- I was-
The distance will be like a tag rather than a specific range for this game.
So, does anyone have a lantern to put him in? Just a question.
It says it burns about as bright as its core.
Okay, so it would be like 30 feet. Okay.
And it lasts as long as like the light stays in my presence. So
For the sake of saving time for myself, I'll say this whole doorway for now until
Time for myself.
I'll say this doorway is is now illuminated. You can kind of see inside. You see there's that slime off to the side. You see a little bit of like where rocks have fallen in and hit the floor from just sitting and waiting and decaying, and the grout coming out of the rocks and things like that over time just gradually falling apart, and you see some things on the inside.
Do you want to walk, Jug, or ride?
I'll do a little walking. If I get to, I bet if I'm next to your face, it'll just blind you.
Be a little bit bright. Maybe.
Hey, there's some slime over here.
I'm gonna head in the door.
Hey, there's some slime.
Phoebe like kind of brushes past you all and is like right here next to you. Jug just like kind of gets in as quickly as she can. Terragus kind of like waits for everybody to enter at the door there. So now having moved in, I'll illuminate a little bit more for you.
This would have been really cool during the Elder Scrolls one.
Yes, it would have.
Oh
And
yeah, it would have.
making those maps would have been a lot of fucking work too.
It would have been, but you would have had fun.
I'll
You
say
know you
most of
would've.
this is now illuminated for you as you guys kind of move in. Just you see, so you're reminded looking around and like, because usually when you come into old forts and
He
old
went
things like
full
that,
bore.
you see like
I did.
you usually see things like old dressers and chairs and beds, but you're quickly reminded of how old this place is, because you don't see anything like that. There's nothing like that in here. Anything like that over 1,000 years would have turned to dust at this point. Like it's like old wooden stuff like that, or it would have petrified. And it's assumed it's probably wet in here most of the time from the waterproofing failing 1,000 years. So most of what you see for now is like you just see like an old sconce or lantern that's broken on the floor. You see more rocks, fungus that has grown on the wall of various types, things here and there, and a lot of emptiness as you kind of move into this entryway.
I see.
Are we looking for something in this ancient tower of nothing?
Phoebe kind of like brushes past you again, and like after looking at some of the stuff on the wall in the entryway, she kind of moves forward. And she kind of looks around and she says, "Well, I just wanted to see what it was like in here because I've never been in here before, and I've heard so many stories. It's 2 days away, and I've always been too busy, so I was like, why not? Let's go see it. I just want to see the place. Check it out. It's 1,000 years of history. It's great, isn't it? I'm not a history buff really, but that's cool."
I keep up with her just in case something happens while she's trying to go ahead of us.
I'll scoot over here.
Yeah, I'm just kind of following suit behind.
Terragus kind of comes in. He kind of stays at the back of the pack, and he's just kind of like looking around at things and just kind of eyeing what's visible for now.
So aside from the door being open, there's no airflow at all in here?
It's not that. It's more in the door seal that was like air pressure and like needed air and stuff.
Well, I meant the air coming through the door.
The air coming through the door was just from the size of the door being pushed in. Because as you saw, there's a tower and it's got big holes in it. So there's some air probably getting in here, maybe. But it probably wouldn't petrify anything in here, considering that that there's clear signs of water getting in. It's more that the door was airtight than the actual inside of the watchtower. What would you like to do now?
I guess I'm gonna steadily move over towards Jug and try and get a better look further in the building.
I am the light. Guide me, as I don't know where to go.
Which way do you go, Jug? You're cutting out the pie here for everybody.
There's a light sconce over here.
All right, so that would be about here.
I like it's got a ruler tool as
Shit,
well.
I may have fucked up here. Ugh. Everybody close your eyes. Close your eyes quickly for like 2 seconds. Just close your eyes. Close them, close them, close them, close them. Okay.
Or zoom out really far. It didn't change anything.
Okay.
It stays the same.
I was about to
No,
say,
I
you
hit
said that it
Control
didn't
Z
move
like
at all.
instantaneously.
eyes. There's nothing.
So you may not have been able to see anything in it because I hit it really fast. So you'd see out to about here now, and I'll say in this area as well. Carve out this wall as well. Get an idea. A little bit of structure going now. I'll do
Hey,
this.
Jug, you're standing beside something yellow.
God damn it!
Uh,
Keep doing that.
Hey,
'Cause you-
move
okay,
quick,
so
quick.
why that keeps happening is you have to cut, and then you have to use the erase tool to pull it up. It shows like what you're going to erase, and you have to pull it up.
Oh,
You have to
interesting.
hit the eraser button and then come down and click that piece that you cut. It's like
Annoying.
it's intuitive and it works. It's just it's me.
Hmm.
So I have to remember to switch back. Okay. So yeah, you more fungus, more sconce, broken things on the floor. In the den further out, like beyond the celestial, the 1.5 foot tall celestial being walk around with you. What you see beyond a little bit, you see like some more. You see like a broken brazier, and I'll cut this out a little bit too, just as like get an idea, so we're not just fumbling around. You see like some broken braziers. You can see that they're metal and they've like rusted and fallen and oxidized and like they're kind of in pieces. See some rocks around them as well. Looks like maybe they had rocks in the bottom of them to help hold in the heat and stuff. Presumably to like keep it warm in here because it would probably get very cold, being in some way, shape, or form on one side or the other, being submerged constantly by waves and wind. So you assume they probably kept a lot of lanterns and braziers and things like that to help keep it warm and lit.
Hmm.
You keep saying braziers, and I'm sitting there thinking, why are you putting bras in here? I thought they were braziers.
No.
Braziers, braziers, tomato, tomato.
Sorry.
Actually,
I don't.
I would
That's
like
no bother to
to-
me.
Like the like the whips. Oh,
I'm Biles' brother, Brazier.
that's
I was thinking of something else.
Which direction would you like to go, Jug? By the
let's
way, is that
check out-
actual 1 foot size in the square?
I think it's 1 foot size. That is
Okay.
his.
Is that?
Right, here we go.
Oh
now
my
it's 1
God,
foot.
You are actually losable on screen.
I know.
Yeah.
you are actually usable.
I can't
actually,
zoom out
there's
too much.
Something I wanted to do, if you do not mind.
Somebody grab him and put him somewhere. See if he can find
I
him.
have DM'd it.
No. I'm small.
Yes.
Hey, I'm gonna go over by this brazier.
Immediately follow him.
So
Do you see a bra on the floor, sir?
What?
you
You said
do
brazier,
have-
dude.
Hold on, someone's trying to do a move. So you do have +1 for mastery, and you, Lex, are you offering anything, or are you just doing like a quick?
Just doing a normal, quick.
Okay, so
Just ask a
So-
question.
roll plus wisdom, and then add an extra +1.
Okay. So wait, what's my roll? A D6 on that?
No, a D20.
Oh,
And you
all
add
right.
your-
I forgot we're doing D20s.
Yeah, we're doing
here,
D20s
yeah.
this time around. Doing it
Okay.
funky. We're getting crazy.
D20 plus. Oh god, plus wisdom.
hmm
Oh Jesus Christ! What's my wisdom? Hold on.
1,000,000.
Yay! Whoa. Okay,
Excuse me.
so without the okay, plus wisdom is. Holy flip. 34?
Yeah,
Plus your wisdom.
I think you have to do whatever the hell he tells. Whatever you
You
gotta
say
tell him whatever
34
he
or
wants to
24.
hear.
30? I don't know. Is my math off here?
You're
Did
adding
you add
your-
the
what's your
wisdom
modifier?
Modifier.
Modifier.
Wisdom modifier.
It's
How
like,
much
this
was
isn't
modifier?
Pathfinder. What are you talking
Oh
about?
shit!
Yeah, I was gonna say. I know I'm screwing something up here. Hold on.
It's like if you're like
He's
a
legendary.
cleric.
Did I add
What's
my
your wisdom?
flat-
Oh my
I was about to say,
No,
if you're
I
a cleric
added-
in Pathfinder Second Edition, I might see a 34 for like a normal roll. But
No,
Jesus
see,
Christ,
No, Jesus Christ. Okay,
that's funny.
I screwed up. I added my flat wisdom instead
All right,
of
doing it for the first
modifier.
time. Doing the math for the first time. What is it? This is the
Oh,
first time we've
God.
done this.
Oh God. So
We did
wait.
that. None of that happened. What are you talking
None
about?
of that.
Crazy. Timeline retcon.
Okay, so wait, what's my modifier for wisdom?
Your modifier
I'm
for
still
wisdom
with
is
this guy.
+4.
Ah, okay, so I rolled.
So you roll, and then you add your pluses or minuses that are written down for your modifiers.
So I rolled a 20.
So you rolled-
Basically, with modifier and everything, I have 20.
Okay, yeah. So just tell me what you roll, like what you after math. Don't tell me
Yes,
the roll
but
itself
that's what
unless
I
you know
meant.
we're
Yes,
just discussing.
everything together is 20.
Okay, so choose 3 from that list. there.
Jesus Christ!
Yes.
Okay, let me look at the list.
That's gonna be interesting.
It's an interesting move.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that made me wonder about whether I should see if I could find something out using my characteristic. Or my... characteristic. But we'll finish his first.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't want to say the names because I'm trying to keep this a certain thing. a
Okay,
secret, so I'm
I'll
not
say
saying the
this.
names
You
of
can say
moves.
the name of the move because nobody's gonna know what the fuck you're doing. The
No, you
rest
have
of it,
a
yeah,
point.
you can keep that amorphous because then, like, just to keep it amorphous as to like what you're doing.
Okay, so okay, I pick the spirits answer your question as best as they can. You don't lose something valuable as payment, and they won't demand a favor in return.
Okay. So what does everyone else see when they look at you doing this? What is exactly that you're doing?
Oh, let's make it a joke. It looks like I'm talking to myself. There we go.
Like
Yeah.
like next to
Looks
the
like
wall or
I'm,
just in
like-
the middle of the room, or how is this working?
It more or less just looks like I'm thinking out loud, essentially. Pretty
Okay.
much.
So now we'll go into what did you say?
Okay, so what do I ask it?
'Cause
Is
you've
there
got,
anything dangerous waiting for us in this place at all?
You wait a moment, and you know your chosen element that
Oh, great!
Sometimes-
That's giving stuff away. Let's go.
that's giving nothing away. You have no idea.
I know it's giving nothing away. They don't know what the.
It's,
but
it's like
still
just it's gonna be in the air. So, but anyways, you know you're given element, and you know it can be patient and sometimes
yes.
speaks in a bit of riddles, and you hear a long hiss come out in your ear, and you hear around.
Okay. Well, Alex kind of looks at the party. He's like, "Yeah, I have a bad feeling about this. We shouldn't linger."
And then you feel something kind of creeping up your shoulder. Not aggressively, just creeping. Maybe something up your leg as well.
Why does that not surprise me?
So then we should hurry.
Yeah, probably.
What do you mean?
All right.
What are you talking about? And Phoebe's like, turn around, looking at you. What the fuck are you talking about? It's like, this
Something
place
about
is
this place
fantastic.
isn't right.
It's history.
Yes, but history isn't always exactly safe.
We'll see about that. Do you ask anything else?
To the thing that I was talking
I'm
to.
giving you this. It's not worded that you get one question. It just says that.
Okay. Could you tell me something I don't know about someone here? And specify who it is. Something intriguing.
Decisions.
Decisions indeed. I purposely left that ambiguous so he can do whatever the hell he wants.
I figured you did because there's 6 people aside from you in the room.
Exactly.
If you don't include the robot.
If you don't include the robot doesn't count. They're not a living being.
You might have.
They would
some
probably
good-
argue against that. He
You
might
He's a
also
half
have-
man.
feel that
He's a
shadow,
half nasty, then that's worse.
that weird lingering feeling creep up towards your ear, and you hear, "Not alone among those who speak to the shadows, but not." As I said, very riddly, as it likes to be.
Okay, that's grand. Well, the feeling of dread just went up. That's nice.
I'm kind of curious about the place. I kind of want to explore it. Should we, though? Fully explore it.
I'm not saying we shouldn't explore it, but I'm just saying we should do it with haste.
I want to use one of my moves.
I will say, after that little share of information, Terragus is noticeably closer to Phoebe now.
Oh god.
I like our formation we have.
Yeah, little upside down diamond.
It's interesting.
There we go.
Lead the way.
All right,
Perfect.
Jug, what do you do now?
I will scurry until I run into a wall. I don't know. There's
Sniff and flinch.
Pick a direction.
I can't see him, dude. I can't follow him. I can't see him.
All right, so I'll carve you out a section here.
I'm faster than the speed of light. I
Oh, I
can't
gotta
see.
make sure I'm doing it right this time. Learning my lesson. So it'd be about this. Carved out, roughly.
there's still nothing.
Pretty big room. You do see a wall, like, where you guys, across from where you guys had come in. And you're seeing more of that wall next to you now, and it seems like curved. Here, I'll cut a little bit more away. Kind of see what I'm talking about.
I like how the shadows go in. There's just a tiny little itty bitty possum in the corner. It's like, this was waiting you in the darkness. We have cookies.
Cut out a little bit. I'm not being like super accurate with the cutting here, but
I'm
Accidentally-
going to be muted unless asked a question because I'm eating. So
Munch on, sir.
all right, now what? It seems like this is a big grand room for. There may be tables and like eating area, amongst other things. Like it seems like the big open room where a lot of things would happen. Also, just like given space, considering that people would be here for a few days up to weeks at a time, so that they would have room to move around in, and they weren't just trapped in small rooms. So whoever was doing the watching in the watchtower actually had a room to rattle around in.
We would have seen where the tower is from outside, correct?
Yeah, it's you're from
I
the
probably
direction
would've-
you came in the door. You can kind of clock where the tower which direction it probably is, even in the dark. You can kind of like, it's probably about that direction.
I probably would have told Jug to head in that direction, southwest,
Okay.
on the map anyway.
Mm,
Because
Oh.
more than likely there's maybe something important over in that direction.
I think I accidentally moved my token into the shadows.
I got you.
Thank you.
There you go.
I was wondering where you disappeared to,
It
sir.
doesn't show you underneath the shadows. That's weird.
No, it doesn't. That's why I said I couldn't see
Yeah.
him where to move him. Fog.
Interesting.
The fog covers us up when we
Good
go
to
in it.
remember.
Yeah, I accidentally moved myself in there, and I was like,
Where am I at? I can't move myself anymore.
Okay, hang on. This is gonna take a couple of cuts here. Get it out, but it's quicker to do this and then like do like a whole bunch of other shit.
More
so
rock.
let's
More
see.
rocks.
Cobblestone everywhere.
Put this away. I'm gonna see this now.
Ow. Okay, I didn't see that one coming.
You wouldn't have hit the wall. You would have seen it. You're lighting the way.
I was watching my feet on the ground, making sure I didn't step on
Okay.
anything.
This is where we are now. Phoebe's following right up behind, as well as Terragus. Give it
when
right
you're
on-
that
hot on
small,
your
what do you
heels.
have to worry about stepping on?
I know. That's what I was thinking. Oh, no. I know what he's worried about. He's worried about the cracks. He might get his foot stuck.
All right.
Yeah,
There's
that
some
makes
big
sense.
holes in the floor, guys.
I'll
Look
go ahead
out.
and reveal this. If I can get the proper cuts. Actually, I can now. Not attached to anything. But you see the watchtower stairwell up to the watchtower itself. Big door, wide open.
Do we go up, or do we want to actually look around here first? Because I figure there's more than just this big room we pass through.
I say we look around. I mean, can't hurt us to see what else.
I
we
like
can
that
do.
idea.
Do what?
Alright.
All right.
Which
Yeah, I'll go
direction
behind.
do you lead, Jug?
Go right by the door.
Okay.
I'm so tempted to pick him up and throw him in a direction of the darkness.
What's this?
Oh,
Yeah, that's.
do it.
I was about to say, don't get too close.
Yeah, he's already screwed up. He went.
He casually goes up to it. What's this?
What's this?
There's
I'm
glowing
gonna-
shit on the floor.
Alright, so yeah.
I had to follow Jug.
Walking up in here. I'm gonna cut away a big section for you guys here. We're making waves through here now. You spy some glowing glyphs and runes on the ground.
I grab Jug before he can walk on him.
Yo,
They seem
Miss
to.
Phoebe, there is a portal.
Yeah, she's like she's been right on your heels the whole time. Tarek is right there with her, and he sees it, and he actually is. I will not step on that. He's actually going to do you guys a favor. Give me one moment. For you, my friend. Let's see. He looks at it for a moment, and he kind of gets down on one knee, and one hand up at his chin, glances over it. This is not a trap. This is seems only magical. This is not my area of expertise.
It doesn't just look only magical.
Anybody? I don't know I don't know much about this. Does anybody else?
Eurus, do I know anything about this?
I mean, were you
Can I
I
trained?
mean,
with,
runes in general.
Were you trained with runes, magic circles, and magic in general?
Some, but not. I wouldn't necessarily say runes particularly.
I'll say make a roll plus intelligence and
All right.
Can I use my stack of books to see if they have anything about it?
What's my
Sure.
intelligence
mark off
modifier? Let me
mark
see.
off one of your books on your thing there, and
All right.
take down. What do you think would be reasonable? Like basic runes and the structures therein, or something like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, just kind of like a basic book about runes. It's not going to tell you exactly what this is, but so
Might give
flipping-
ideas.
So I'll say roll plus wisdom. Roll plus wisdom real quick.
What's my intelligence modifier?
Plus 2.
21.
Ah,
Nice.
for some reason you get a good idea of what this is. I'll wait for him to finish rolling as well to bring everything.
I got
together.
a 15 with modifiers.
Okay, so looking through, Menace, you do look in the book and you're flipping through, and you find something that actually looks kind of similar to this, and you go, "Oh, it's like some kind of like transmutation, some form of transmutation to change the shape of something in some way, or to alter something." And Lex clicks for you. Oh, you're looking at it, you go, "Oh, I remember this. You saw somebody take down like a building with this one time. It's meant to like terraform essentially. It's like a big transmutation circle meant to like level buildings, change mountains, move hills on a minor scale. Nothing like it's not going to split the planet in half, but it's going to like, you know, it'll pull it down.
So wait, can it transmogrify beings? That's the question.
Beams in a what do you mean?
Beings.
Beings. No, it's not meant for
Yes.
transmogrifying beings.
Oh, I can't use it to make Jug bigger. That's unfortunate.
I pull a ball bearing out of my pouch and say, should I throw this in there and see what happens? You said it
Okay.
changes material.
Terragus backs away.
I also
Wait,
back
everybody
away.
back up.
I'll back up before I do it.
Phoebe
I
is
don't like
in.
that look in his eyes.
Phoebe is in on this. She is all about it. She
Damn, he ran. He disappeared. Phoebe, do you want to back up too?
No, I want to see what this is. This looks cool.
All right.
She's
I
like actually
flick-
leaning over, looking at it.
Do it.
I
Actually,
flick the ball bearing into the
just
middle of
use
the
it.
circle.
Some of this
Yeah,
kind of stuff
yeah.
I'm familiar with. We actually use it for my stuff. Not runes and circles like this exactly, but some of my stuff. Go ahead, dude. I want to see. When you
I flick it into the circle.
flick into the
Lex
circle,
just makes a respectful
it
distance.
hits, and it rolls, and it doesn't do anything. It just kind of rolls to a stop. Kind of falls into a divot between a couple of rocks of the stone floor. Kind of goes, huh. Well, that might actually do something. What'd you like to do now?
Does it make things bigger or smaller?
Hmm.
I'm gonna run over here and grab a rock.
I would like to cautiously kind of make.
I'll
Her
say-
light
Can
just
I
ran away,
cautiously-
man.
Oh,
You went to the wrong rock pile.
So what did you ask?
Me?
There was two questions. Yeah, you asked something, and then somebody else asked a question as well.
Get over to that rock pile.
I was gonna ask if I could like kind of stick my hand into the rune glyph, like right above the area above it.
Like, just wave your hand over the top of it. You mean?
Yeah, like just like see, like just put my hand like over the area of it, like yeah, just see what happens when I put my hand like over it. Just, like, reach
and,
into it.
And what was it? Somebody else asked another question. What was it? It was seemed like passing, but I had an answer for it.
Jug wanted to
Asked,
grab a rock and see what would
I
happen.
said, does it make things bigger or smaller?
And I went to a rock pile to pick up a.
Lex, this is where you're useful. Like this is where the essentially a spout lore becomes useful, and not just interesting. You know that this looks based on something that again somehow you know this, or you've probably seen them, and you've probably seen them used this one time probably. You know that it's an activated sort of thing. This is like manually activated, not just like throwing rocks at it or somebody steps in it. Like this is either remote or maybe somebody touches it and then very quickly runs away or something like that.
Lex just stands in the middle and he's like, well, unfortunately, it appears someone has to activate this themselves. This doesn't just work.
You may not want to be in the middle of it when you activate it, though.
Exactly.
And yet, there you stand, sir. He ran! Again! Even farther into the darkness.
I'm gonna pick up a big rock and
The
Put it
fact
in the
that it's
middle.
remote activated makes it a bit more eerie, so I'm just going to stay over here. Don't worry, I'll hop if needed. We'll just stay.
Standing in
After
pitch
he-
dark.
After he tells us like it's you have to activate it manually, I immediately pull my hand back. I'm not touching it, and I back away.
Okay. What would you guys like to do now?
picking up a
Um,
rock and putting it in the middle.
I would ask if I could use peer through the veil here, or should I wait till after we test it first?
Let's see.
I think I can use it because I'm level 2 now, right? Or
No, you guys are all
We
level
started
5.
at level 5.
Yeah,
oh,
you're
we are
level 5.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did you not do your session 0 with him, sir?
Yes, we did. New game. New game, different rules.
Game plus.
Should I go further? Nah.
Hang on, let me think.
We're on proud mode.
I'll say, roll your d20 and add your wisdom modifier, and we'll do a sort of adjacent to what the Heart's Sorrow is supposed to do. I'm gonna give you one here. So,
is there dice on Owlbear?
yes.
Yes.
Top left corner, that little square up at the top left by where it says party. You click that and it opens it up.
Oh, okay. So roll d20.
Yeah, roll a d20 and then add your wisdom.
17.
In the bottom left, you can clear it. In the bottom right, if I remember correctly, you can
Re-rolls
re-roll
it.
that same die.
Okay, where is
And
this
if you
guy?
want to show it, you can actually hit the little planet symbol on the tray that popped up to the left of it, and it'll show us what you rolled if you're interested or not.
There we go.
That's a nice roll.
All right. And and then your wisdom modifier.
Where's the stat chart? It's gotta be here. Oh, there it is. Wisdom is +3, 17.
So 20.
All right, so 20. So you reach. So looking at this thing, feel compelled to like walk forward and touch it and see what you can get out of it. Do you do so?
Yes.
So like maybe you could learn something. So you reach down and you touch it, and you don't necessarily see anything like you normally do, but this is one of the more rare occasions where instead of seeing something, you kind of get a feeling like there's a reason this is here. Like the intentions were to remove something. Something is wanted to be gone. Somebody wants something out of here for the reason of removing it, no other reason.
So, I guess what I'll do is I'll just look up after getting that feeling, and I'll be like, I think this was meant to get rid of something. Why else would this be here?
Wonder what was gotten rid of.
That's what we don't know, but why would it...
For the rest of your roll, I'll say looking around, you kind of have that moment, Jack, where you just kind of go, oh, we're standing in it.
Oh,
Is this to remove the building?
oh. So wait, you're telling me this thing is just a giant self-destruct button?
To whoever's holding the switch.
If that's the case, then where's the activation device? Because we would probably want to avoid it.
It is a 1,000-year-old tower, after all. Least we can do is make sure it doesn't go into the water.
I think it's a bit late for that one.
Maybe, we'll see though. Might have a thing up my sleeve, I don't think so, but possibly.
Don't worry, if it sinks, we'll be fine.
Given some time,
we-
I might be able to undo the markings here.
Do we want to look around more on the ground floor or start heading up?
Personally, I
make
think we should wait for her to undo the markings. If we do that, then we can probably explore safely without worry of crushing ourselves inside of a building.
That is very true. I'd
Yeah.
rather not get crushed today.
As would I.
Those in favor, then?
Agreed.
Aye.
Alright, so what are you agreeing to do? I was reading things.
We're agreeing.
Let her get rid of it.
Alright.
Exactly.
I would probably ask, does it have to be dismantled, or can you just break the ruins on the floor to get it to go away?
I might be able to pull out some of the magic inside of it. Menace, I'll need your help. This is our sort of thing, kind of. I know you do more gears and cogs and magic, but I could use your help.
Would I be able to try and funnel it into my cannon? Because my cannon can I could pour energy into it, maybe store some of it there,
Yeah.
or store it in my charging device, something like that.
I'd say offering like your battery, she might be able to do something with that. So you bring that over. She actually is like looking through her tool bag now. She's taken off of her back, and you see the little canister like attached to it that she still has from before. It looks like a little air tank almost. And she's digging through. And she says, "Oh, that's perfect. All right." She's digging through.
I offer her my toolkit too, since it's like what I used to work on, like my battery and stuff, in case she needs something to like unscrew on it.
I grab Jug and bring him closer because he's our light source,
Okay, let me get my.
so she can see what she's doing.
Give me a second.
Grab the flashlight.
Dad, grab the
Here
flashlight.
you go. Can you see it? See now?
Oh God.
I'm sitting there holding it over her head.
She looks around at some of you guys and she says, "Do some of you have some gear, some gear I can borrow? I have a few things here, but I need like some other options." She's asking for adventure gear.
I think I have adventuring gear. Yeah.
I do.
Do
not.
I? Let me see. 'Cause-
Would anything from my toolkit help?
Yes, I do have adventuring gear.
What is in your toolkit?
It doesn't specify it. It's just a toolkit.
Ah, that's perfect. She actually sees the toolkit and she goes, "Perfect. All right, let's see." She starts fiddling with it and she pulls something out of her bag. Looks like some pieces of like repair material. And she begins forming it looks almost like a funnel, and then she pulls out it looks like a little power stone. Manus that you would be familiar with, and as well as Lex.
Alright.
And it looks like a funnel on the front of your battery. She puts that little power stone on the front of it very carefully with gloves on. She lets go of it. Okay. Now, we will either all be vaporized, or this will be dispelled. She kind of looks around at all of you. Kind of a little grin. He goes, "Any objections? Too bad." And she jams it into it.
I was just about to make a roll to see if I can defend us.
You can roll defend, yeah. In that quick moment there. You've got time.
I throw up my wall just in case.
Okay, so wait, do I use...
So roll your spell there, Kyle.
Just roll defend. Is there a modifier for that, or is it just a d20?
Do what?
Is there a modifier for that, or is it just a d20 to roll on
defend is d20 plus con.
There's
There's a move called defend in the basic move list.
Yes. Okay, so what's my freaking modifier in Constitution?
I can also help if you don't want to defend with that. I have a way to defend everybody, I think.
Actually, that is what I'm doing.
Oh, cool. Never mind then.
Okay, so she succeeds. You see the glow fade out of it, and it kind of dims. And then you see the little power stone at the front of the funnel. Manus, to your alarm, it sparks a couple of times, and she goes, reaches over, puts the glove, this big, thick leather glove back on. She reaches over, grabs it off the front, opens up like a little, it's like ball thing that she keeps on her hip. Carefully places down inside and closes it back, and she says, a lot of power flowing around there. Let's see, let me remember exactly how this goes. So, Manus, you lose 1 charge from that. Because she was successful, but not... She rolled a 10. She barely succeeded.
Oh,
Barely.
geez.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
That could have been bad. Yeah.
I did roll a 14, by the way.
Okay, yeah. The when
I already used it.
Yeah. If anybody needs to move really quickly out of the way of something in the next like couple seconds, you're good to go. You feel the air pressure in the room shift. Yeah, and the glow dims. I can't remove it because it's a part of the map, but yeah, the glow dims and it is gone. What would you like to do?
I say a quick thank you to Phalos for protecting us through that.
I say thank you to her, and then just for the hell of it, I pick up Jug and throw him over here so I can see what's over there.
After she puts all her tools up and takes her gloves off, hands you your toolkit, Manus, and
Oh god.
she puts her bag back on her back, and she actually takes that orb off her hip, and she goes, "And that might have been enough power. I don't know." Twists it once, top and bottom spin it separately, and then she shakes it for a second, and then it begins to glow a little bit, about the same amount of light as what Jug is emitting, of which we are now moving forward. Let's get some cut out here.
I immediately move towards him after I chunk him. Did you like the ride, little
I
one?
agree.
You don't gotta treat me like a warg with a chew toy now that we have another source of light.
Yeah, but
Work with
she
the
didn't
chew toy,
activate
that's
that before I
oddly
threw you.
Yes, you're right.
And you see
That
Amos.
happened after you took off.
God damn it. Keep doing
So
that.
wait, did you actually see a warg with a chew toy? That's oddly specific.
Yes, we raise
See in
warg.
there a little bit as well. Just beyond the door.
I would be interested in that, actually.
Oh, look, Jug, you found another room.
I think he chucked another room. But,
I follow him as he
She's,
starts inching
moving
through
forward
the
now.
door.
Tergus is a bit relaxed again now that the threat of explosion is past.
How volatile or unstable is that little orb?
Well, it's like a little unstable now, but it's inside my containment sphere, so it should be fine. This is my orb of power. This actually is some of my gear that I use to do certain things. It's enchanted, essentially.
Never mind then. I don't think you'd go along with my idea if that's your orb of power. I was thinking of rolling it into the room to light up the room before we go in. I don't think you'd let it go.
I might do that, maybe.
perhaps.
I don't know. Sure. For the sake of saving somebody's life, I'll throw it in. She walks forward actually a little bit in front of you, Jug. Kind of steps over you, because, small. And, she rolls the as she called it, her orb of power in the room. And as she's walking, you see illuminated, based on everything, and stopping on the far corner wall, you get this.
Oh.
She
I
looks, she
stepped
goes,
in
"What
beside
the
her."
fuck is that?" And there's you see this magic circle in the floor, similar to the other one, but a lot more edge points, and then a blue orb floating in the center of it, just above the floor in the room.
Y'all were talking about an activation key. Do you think that may have been it?
Possible.
As I stand
I'm
over
not
here
really
towards
sure.
the
I'd
wall.
have to inspect it.
Can I use my let me see that move on it?
The fact that that's the
Uh,
name of that move.
Let me remember what that
Let me
does.
see that.
Let me see it.
I got a move called
Gimme.
Let Me Help You With That.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's on your basic moves. Duh. And I'll examine something interesting. Ask the GM the following questions. Answer truthfully. Yeah, you walk over and you begin to examine it and look at it and inspect.
Alright.
Let me see. Let me see.
Let me see.
That was good. That's
That's a good
timing.
one.
Indeed it is.
Manus leaning in, kind of looking at it, kind of stepping around the edge of the circle there. There's a bit of a gap to kind of squeeze by and get an eye on it. Again, ask me 2 questions.
And I will tell you no lies.
What does this do, and who made this?
Ooh.
Valid questions.
Indeed.
Get some coffee, man. All right. So looking at it, staring at it, hard to pinpoint. And you look at the orb, and you look at the circle down below, and you immediately remember, oh, maybe they're using like an enchanted item to power something. Maybe this circle is being powered by this. Might be some kind of portal or teleport or something like that. It looks like a temporary use teleport powered by something. Who made this? Hard to tell. It's not made by any typical land-going people that you're used to.
All right. So it's very kind of like alien looking in a way.
It's a bit alien, yeah. Not
Very
what you're used
foreign.
to seeing in any place. And you've seen a lot of strange things. You've been on the sea for a while, so like, this is a little weird. It's kind of a weird. And now you're thinking back to that other circle. Once it was spoken about exactly what it does and all of that, you're now thinking both of these look kind of funky. If you're saying any of this out loud, Lex, you also have that moment of like, yeah, they do kind of look funky. The symbols are different.
Yeah.
Symbols are off.
Something doesn't seem right about these constructs.
If he was saying that out loud, I probably would have wondered. I wonder if the circle to destroy the area was so nobody could get that or to that.
Possibility, but I'm not really sure.
Maybe it was to destroy the tower if we took that.
That seems feasible, actually.
Or maybe it was to hide the tower and hide this, so once you teleported, there'd be no trace of like where you teleported from.
Jesus Christ, I barely noticed Jug was standing there.
You bump him as you're walking by.
Is that-
There you are.
Apologies, my possum friend.
It's good. It didn't hurt.
Ow. Like, I still
Ow.
attack. Ow.
So, what would you like to do now?
Well, that's odd timing.
Strange orb floating above a circle, kind of making looking the other empty room a bit pointless, seeing as how it's empty.
As to how it's well, yeah, but we don't know that.
I was like, you can look around and go, this is probably a room for things, I don't know. There's an orb in the other room, it's floating.
Do you want to leave this till we finish looking at the rest of the tower and then possibly grab it and get out quick in case something happens?
Yeah, I
I
was
think
gonna
that's a
say,
good idea.
if we're gonna take it, yeah, we should take it on the way out. Thus, we won't be trapped in here.
Phoebe
Alright,
walks over and she's
agreed.
like pulling out examination tools and she's like, this weird, like, it's like a, looks like a magnifying glass and she's like, click, 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 and like zooms this like whole telescoping thing, but it doesn't, you don't see where it telescopes, it just kind of like comes out and just gets longer and she's like looking at it. She's like,
As long as you don't touch it.
So I
Looks at
would
the floor.
suggest that since there's more area of us to explore and there's 7 of us, maybe we could split up or we could all stick together. That's also an option.
We have 2 sources of light now, so
Yes.
that's definitely an option.
And I figure Targus will stay here with her, regardless of what the rest of us do anyway.
I'm not
So she
going
will
near
have
that
a
thing.
guard if y'all wanted to check out the rest of the tower. He could give us a holler if something goes wrong.
You'll
think
also
that's a good
notice that
idea.
Terragus no longer has this like cloak over his shoulder. It's now like pushed back. Like he's got his hand on his sword and he's like looking at it. He's just not. He's
Very
He's
weary.
given nope vibes.
Why do I imagine Drax when I look at that character?
Who?
It looks like a thesaurus with a freaking cloak. Has a sword ready. He's prepared for everything to go over his head. Alright. Indeed.
Well, if they're agreed on
so-
exploring, as I pass by, I would probably grab Jug and carry him out of the room.
God.
Nice.
This is only a small part of this bottom floor, because this is a very large building from the outside. Shall we
I would
finish?
actually like to explore the room to my right. Could I do that?
Phoebe's. Yeah, all right, I'll follow you.
Alright then. I apologize for mimicking your accent. That kind of just happened. Not really
Absolutely,
sure
don't worry.
why.
Everybody does it. It's contagious.
Everybody
It's-
does it. It's
It's
all right.
indeed contagious. Either just the possum starts speaking British.
Are we all moving
Up,
together or are we splitting
Bit
up?
cringe in it, bruv.
Listen, I'm not from Arcanesia. I don't know what you're talking about. Get that fucking Arcanesian accent out of here.
I'm gobsmacked that you'd say that.
All right, so let's open up a bit.
Do we possibly have a way to block off that door just in case something may go in or come out of that while we're here? Before we get back?
Could I have Voitos sit there and like stand guard? Just like come over and start screaming if something comes
Theoretically
through.
speaking, what
Yeah,
the hell
hang on,
is
I'll
that
move a-
wrong with that corner?
I'll grab a little.
All right.
little
It's the
gear.
water
I'll put a-
leaking in from
I'll put a gear
outside.
there. So you just want him in the doorway or like in the room?
Kind of like right here. Like if someone comes
Okay.
out, he'd be able to see them and like maybe get to us.
Phoebe's kind of following along with you, keeping your light.
I am an idiot. I was like, where did that gear come from?
Terragus is just kind of loosely following. He kind of sticks along the wall now.
Yeah, looking at this lets me tell this place is really
You
not
wander over
bad.
and you kind of look in, and the light hits it now from her orb of power, and kind of looking at it, stick your fingers in it, and it's just water. A little bit of a
Yeah,
leak.
I
It's
figured as much.
Instead of a vertical leak, it's like a flat horizontal leak. It's not rapidly pouring in, but you can see a bit of water very clearly trickling down the wall, very slowly, and then into the floor, forming a sort of puddle there. You can see that it's done this for a long time because there's just, as I said, a puddle and like a little spot, but the rest of the area around it isn't necessarily wet. It's just kind of a wet spot.
I figure from where me and Jug are standing, we'd probably be able to see partially into that room.
Okay.
I see a doorway.
Yes, correct. So, let's see. From the doorway, you kind of see in like this.
More rocks.
I stick Jug just slightly in so the light gets through.
Okay.
More-
Chest over in the corner there.
Oh, a chest.
Mine.
I love those hands.
Mine.
Is there a lock on it?
Just me
we
and Joe
both
just
jumped
run
over to
straight.
it?
We just
It is.
both jump on it.
You try to open it, and it is locked.
If
Break
nobody
the
else has a
lock
way to do
with
it, I
my-
have a way to open it
I have a way to
punch-
open it.
Or I was gonna punch it
without
real
breaking it.
quick.
Oh.
Aw.
Who cares if we break it? We still get the stuff inside.
Actually,
Yes,
no,
but you
I
never know
could.
what
He's
might
right.
happen.
I punched the lock.
I punched
Roll plus
Watch
strength.
your lock.
do you fit in the lock? That's the question.
Does
Ain't
your
that
hand fit in the
small.
lock? Does your
What if I-
fingernail fit in the lock to pick the lock?
What if I put my hand in the lock and then just flex?
Yes.
Roll for flex, sir.
I put my hand in the lock and do just that.
Imagine he says all of these things and just grabs the lock itself and just just crushes
just
it.
rips it off.
So are you trying to do a strength or a dex? What are you aiming
Strength,
for? Strength.
obviously.
Roll plus strength.
All right.
And you're sticking your finger in the lock, or how are you doing this?
And I stick my hand in it
Mm-hmm.
and then flex and break it is what I was going for.
Like
Big enough lock for him to stick the
loop
hand
of, in the loop of the lock, and rather than like the lock itself. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, yeah,
Okay,
good
yeah.
enough.
that works. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I rolled a
Yeah.
16 plus 7, by the way. So what? 23.
Jesus Christ.
Oh well, that works.
So-
Your arm swells to twice its size.
So you watch him
His arm
Get
grew
ready.
3 sizes.
pick up the lock, kind of put his hand in there, his tiny little possum man hand, and he goes, and then like as he's preparing to flex, it breaks. He didn't even like 1,000 years.
He breathed on it.
Well, that works.
Breathed on it, and it just cracked.
So you open it, and inside you find kind of a dull colored, like the robe itself is kind of dull colored, but it's got patches all over it with weird images on it, on like all the little patches. And you find a bag that's got
I immediately say these have to be magical. There's no way they'd survive 1,000 years,
a little
even if they're in a trunk.
Exactly.
a little bag with I don't fucking think I did that like I was supposed to earlier or yesterday actually.
I probably would have actually turned to damn, I forgot your name.
So you feel
The
like
loot
6
fellow.
little marbles inside of this bag.
The loot fellow that said there
Oh,
was
Lex.
stay around. Yes, Lex.
Yes.
And asked, "Do you still get that feeling we should hurry?" At some point after the ruin left.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we should still hurry, but a little treasure wouldn't hurt.
Said
So
the
a
bag
robe
has
and a
marbles
bag.
in it.
Marbles.
Manus, notice Voithos wheels up to you. Sir, I do believe I heard a noise inside the room. I'm not sure what it was. I just heard a noise. Should we be concerned, sir?
Well, shit.
Would someone like to come with me and see what's going on?
I'll go.
Now you believe
I-
why I had an airy feeling.
I'm gonna scoop the stuff out of the treasure chest just so we have it and go off after him. We'll separate it out later.
Joke's on you, I was interested in the box.
I was expecting the box to come alive and try to eat him.
I also thank Voithos for
Nothing
Alerting
will
us.
with me.
Absolutely, sir.
I will get
Anything you wish. So Terragus kind of gets up along the wall, waiting for you guys to move in. Phoebe kind of hides around the corner here, just taking her spot, seemingly trying to not get involved.
I probably would have been over that way.
Trying to has a gun is like, nah, I'm not gonna. Open this.
Not as
That's
far
a
as you know. All
fair
you
idea,
see
right?
is empty hands,
I'm
and an
gonna-
orb, and an air tank on her back.
Oh, you have a point.
I'm gonna set up right here, me and Voithos, and I'm gonna
Okay.
we're just gonna set up there ready.
All right.
I have my hand on my cannon on my cannon's still on my back, but I have one hand ready to pull it down.
I have my staff in hand, looking around for anything that might be
I
around.
have my hands in hand, ready to fight. All right, let's see what's in here.
Walk into the room.
I come over here so
All
I
right.
can see towards that direction.
So you turn the corner. As turning the corner, you see a man with blue skin, followed by another man with blue skin, with a trident in his hand. And the one in the front spots you and goes, "Hadaba, acha, shinamana wataba." He points the staff and uses.
I don't speak of your language. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's a
You
good
just
question.
rolled something.
Actually, yes, I need to ask you something. Hold on. This will be fun.
Does anybody understand what he just said?
Jug, you take 3 damage as
Wait, is he a...
s-
Can
what?
I take the hit?
do what?
Unstoppable. See, was it your puny weapons cannot harm me? When I deliberately ignore an attack, I let it hit me. Roll plus con.
Yeah, roll plus con to try and ignore this. You see some water leak off the end of the staff and from around them and from the guy behind him, and it actually forms into this little wave that shoots forward and darts at you and kind of makes little water spikes.
I got a 14. So I choose one. And I will...
Hold that thought, Sharp. Okay.
I'm gonna
roll.
have his weapon... Wait, what did he attack me with?
Some water seemed to kind of come up off the ground from around them, and it splashed at you, forming little water spikes as it came at you.
Alright, I'll gain plus 5 armor against the attack.
Okay, so you
can
take no
I
damage, but you're
interfere?
hit by this splash of water immediately as the one with the trident comes around from behind him, and kind of advances at you, and you see a flash, and then another flash, and then as the one kind of comes around towards you, you see another one come into view as well behind him, and you see 2 of these ones with the tridents.
The instant that guy started to attack, I would have brought up my staff as in blowgun position and shot an attack right after I yelled to Jug to back up into the room so we have more room to maneuver. Or back out of the room.
So you're doing...
My staff ranged. thing.
Yes, that's right. I remember now. Okay. Where did I write that down? I have that... Oh, I know where it is. Never mind.
I don't know why, but he just threw water at me.
He
Kind
was
of weird.
attacking you.
Was he?
Yes.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't understand a lick of what he was saying.
I know he confused you, but come on, man.
There we are. Okay, I found it. Alright, so you're going to use your staff?
Yes. Didn't we decide that was a volley?
Yes, it's a volley.
Nope.
You roll plus wisdom on that one. On that,
Yeah,
if you're just
nope.
using like the basic thing with it.
Yeah, nope. I got it too.
All right.
Oh,
So
right.
we are. So you kind of and like panically like trying to not hit Jug and like the moving around in the room. We're gonna move into more of a organized combat here. Okay. So what we're gonna do is everybody is going to take a turn, and I will go through it and organize you as we go. I'll tell you who goes when and where, and then the enemies will go. So I'm gonna do this in the order of what it is on my screen here, where my camera is. So first up is Manus. Manus, what would you like to do here?
Can I see the fish people? Like where I'm standing, can I see them in the doorway? Do I have like a direct line of fire?
Yes, you can see them. The Jug is creating some light off of him that's kind of bleeding into the room, and you can see the three there in the front.
Alright, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and spend a charge to fire my magnetic explosive cannon just into fired at the one with the staff, but it does have forceful, so
Okay.
Ooh. Nice.
Okay, so
And,
remind me exactly how this works. So you spend a charge.
yeah, here, let me scroll to it.
You got a lot of complexity to your moves.
When you use one of your gadgets
There
as a
it is.
weapon,
Field test.
you can spend... Oh, field test?
Yeah, that's what you're reading. Wait, when you use one of your gadgets, is that...
It's part of gadget, though.
As a weapon, I see it. Sorry, that's my bad. I literally looked at that and then went, no, that's not it, but I didn't read it fully. Okay, yeah, you're good. So you roll plus your int, and you use one of
And then I
your
mark
gadgets.
a charge.
Yeah.
Alright. Let me mark the charge real quick, and then I will roll plus intelligence.
Roll plus your intelligence.
Alright.
Which one are you aiming for, by the way? Don't forget everybody
the
the laser
one-
pointer to point.
I am here.
Right click, by the way.
Let me get my laser. I am aiming at this guy.
Okay, okay. I got you.
The mage.
The mage.
He said,
And I rolled a 14.
14, so it happens normally. So what we're doing, so full success on attacks is going to be, have the option to add an extra d6 of damage. Well, not an option, you just do. So when you roll 16 plus, you get an extra d6 of damage, counting it as a full success. That's how I'm structuring this.
Nice.
Shake it up a little bit. Have some fun with the combat rather than just like, you hit someone and then you get hit. Alright, so roll your damage, your d8.
D8, right?
Yep.
Alright. It's a 2.
Okay. There he is. So you fire a blast out and it strikes across his front and he kind of reacts to it and he turns and goes, ah! Next,
What's the forceful tag do?
would you like to move?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep him in my line of sight, but I'm just gonna move back
Okay.
a little bit.
There is a measurement tool to like check line of sight, by the way. It's the little triangle shaped thing.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, I'm just gonna scoot back a little bit.
Everybody, by the way, your standard movement is about 6 squares. So 30 feet normally, but about 6 squares if you want to like count it up.
But yeah, me and Voithos are just gonna move back here while he helps me reload my cannon.
Okay, Jug, you are next on my
Yes.
screen here.
Hell yeah.
What would you like to do?
All right, I'm gonna run in to right about here.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at this guy, and I'm like, "How'd you like it if I threw water on y'all instead?" And I'm gonna grab this dude in front of me, and I'm gonna use fling and throw him at the guy behind him.
Fling. When you throw somebody, plus strength. Okay, roll fling.
Ever just get tossed by Stuart Little?
I
Wow.
was about to say, I'm just hearing the Popeye music
Damn.
right now.
I rolled a 14.
14. So that is a mixed success. So choose
Yeah.
one complication.
Yeah, it's 10 plus. Okay.
Remember the weird differences in rolls and stuff.
I will draw unwelcome attention to myself. I'm in a spot.
All right, you are in a spot. So how I'm ruling in a spot for those moves that say you take in a spot, you are +1 to everyone around you to do something. So whatever the next, it's essentially guiding bolt. So whoever does something to you next that is an enemy gets a +1.
Has a plus. Okay. So. Yes. So. Oh yeah, and since I'm throwing the guy at the other guy, when my you won't like me when I'm angry. When I fling someone that has dealt me damage or really pissed me off, they regret what they did. They take double damage from the fling.
Ooh.
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 Interesting.
So I guess I'll just roll 2d8.
Ah, that's an
10.
interesting way of doing it.
Remind me. Okay, so you're rolling your damage now.
Yes, I'm throwing the one guy at the other guy, and I rolled 10 for damage.
Okay. Ooh, jeez.
That's a big hit.
The double
Yeah.
damage from fling.
So let's see. Does it specify it? So I'll say this is going to do damage probably to the guy that it hits and not to the guy you threw. Because his fall is just cushioned. Are you throwing him at the mage or at the other guy with the trident?
The other guy with the trident.
All right, so you throw him backwards, and he's now over here. We'll say he's on the floor. And this guy here that I'm moving, this guy, laser pointer, I'll remember eventually, gets hit and takes 10 damage.
We saw multiple flashes before this started. After those two got in the room, since Jug's up there, would he see anybody else?
Not past the one that's in his face, kind of blocking the light emitting from Jug. The one with the staff is kind of like blocking the light, so you can't really see behind him. You just kind of see a dull glow of the light behind him. That would be okay. Yeah. So the one that you the one in front here, he takes a pretty good hit and actually like kind of and he like picks up his Triton and is gonna get ready to stab at you next. Next up is Lex. What would you like to do?
Ooh. Are these creatures wet, would you say?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, okay, no, I know exactly.
If you zoom in, they have fins.
Fin. Give me a second.
So wait, hang on. Your thing that you mentioned earlier, give me.
Yeah, I'm just asking to see if that would help. I don't know how much it would, but
Oh yes, I forgot. We didn't do that, did we?
yeah, I forgot to tell you some of my abilities.
Yes. Okay.
Because want me to send them all to you now? Or
Yeah, just type them out real quick. Well, after your turn. After your turn.
yes.
There we go. Nope. That's just all physical stuff there for you.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah.
Just
But
asking. All right.
It does give you a good idea of like, I get it. I see what you're doing there.
I see what you
So, also, I forgot to ask Jug if you'd like to move after that. Well, you moved into the room, didn't you?
Yeah, I moved right where I was through the guy.
Okay, we'll keep you there then, since you moved already. Lex.
I follow next to Jug and I roll hack and slash with my ability. That works with hack and slash. What's that name?
Why did I type it that way? It's like I have one narrative in my head and then another that's happening out loud.
Here, let me just send that to you. Boink. There we go.
Okay. So your standard move there.
Yep.
All right.
Oh.
So roll plus wisdom.
Oh boy. Oh my god, I rolled a natural 20.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
All right. So you will do this,
crit.
and it will deal maximum damage and an extra d6.
Automatically.
Okay.
Actually- No, I'm remembering how I rolled this. So your d6 and a full d6. So 12. This will do 12 damage. So you rolled full success. Let's see.
Yeah, let me look
Oh,
at
you
my
had-
sheet.
2 effect tags or 3 effect tags and 1 complication.
Ah.
So you can add 2 effects or 3 in a complication. So which do you choose?
Hmm. I choose transmute and strong.
Okay.
I will not pick a third element because I will not thing because complications. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do the complication.
All
I'll
right.
just pick
So what exactly are you doing?
the-
Like describe for them, for their view. 'Cause I think I know what you're doing, but describe what everybody else
their
is.
view, I kind of looked at the one with the staff.
Mhm.
I raised my hand towards him, and he slowly started to freeze.
Interesting.
So he's got ice forming around him, and he's like brushing off of him. And he's like, ah. And you did a full. Boy. Yeah, he clearly took you see some when he's peeling this ice off of his skin as you do this, you see blood spots coming up, and he's having to rip it off, and it's deeply injuring him. He does not. It hurts. Hurts a
Oh
lot.
dear God.
And then so you moved and you've done a move. Robert, what would you like to do?
Oh yeah, what did strong do actually?
Jack, excuse me. I try to call everybody by their character names in game. That was my
I
mistake.
don't wanna use that
Oh,
thing. That you remember that one thing that I had?
One of your starting moves, or what do you mean?
I don't want to give it away with that other thing. Remember?
Oh, okay, yeah, you're that.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not gonna use that because I want to save that for a really bad. So
Okay, your more standard thing would be your second one down in your starting moves there. That'd be more of your typical thing. Or some kind of physical strike if you like, or a ranged attack of some kind. Or some other thing if you like, if you've got some other idea of something you could try. If anything is appropriate here.
I'm thinking, yeah, I'm gonna just telekinetic strike the one on the top left.
The mage?
Yeah, I'm gonna take him out first.
Okay, you'd have to move into view of him in order to be able to see him. And you'd probably have to squeeze past Jug, which I'll say you can do. So I'm going to move you here, so pay attention. I'm going to move you right here. You have to be about right there, kind of between Jug, Lex, and the one with the trident there that got injured pretty badly. And coming around the corner there, you can now see from behind him the mage and the trident one
Right.
coming out from behind and forming into the room there. Get a view.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
oh, Jesus Christ!
I knew I should have shattered that crystal.
After this, we're gonna probably. So before I attack, I just look to the rest of them, and I'm like, guys, we need to find a way to shatter the wall around it or something. We need to get that portal closed.
I could do that right now, actually.
Terragus is probably going to come up and peek around the corner. We'll just say, the kind of his last thing before the combat truly started. He could have moved
So
that
what do I-
distance anyways, but he's kind of peeking in there so he has an idea of what's going on. Phoebe is not moved.
What do I roll?
So you roll your d20, add your wisdom modifier.
Okay, 13.
Oh, just a quick question. When I did my attack, did we account for that extra D4 damage, or did we forget that?
D4 of damage. Is that for
'Cause-
strong?
For strong, because I added strong. Yes.
I did not read that all the way through. I just
Was,
skimmed it really quick. Oh, I see that. Yeah. Okay, so we'll say
take-
an extra D4. 4. Which one is it? You attacked? You attacked the mage.
I attacked the mage, yes.
So
I'll just roll a d4 right away and then.
I
I
rolled
rolled
16.
3.
You rolled max damage.
yeah, you roll
'cause
max
got a
damage.
D20.
Yeah,
You
so it doesn't
automatically
matter.
get 4.
Exactly.
You don't have to
so
roll.
it's just fine.
Yeah,
The
you
mage
you
is
hurt
up.
him really bad. He's hurt.
Okay.
He does not like you guys.
He does not like you.
no.
I don't like him either.
Okay, so
Threw
yeah.
water in my
So
face.
Jack, you roll your d20 plus your
And
wisdom
I rolled
modifier.
I rolled a 16.
16. All right, total.
Yeah, with the modifier. Yeah.
Okay, so you deal your damage. Roll a d6, and that is your damage there.
Okay.
You said a 16.
Uh-huh.
Roll 2d6.
Oh, 2d6. Okay.
Yes, 2d6. So whenever you roll above 15, if your roll adds up to above 15, you get an extra d6 for damage.
I rolled a 4.
You roll 4? Okay. And you're after the, which one?
The mage.
Mage. Okay. What does it look like as the mage dies? What does your telekinetic strike do to him that ends his life?
Just explodes his brain.
Give some
Sorry, I
brain
had to-
freeze
I
with the
had
ice
to- I had
damage.
to- Had to help somebody get up. Imagining once I hit him with the strike, it kind of just yeah. What is it? What would a telekinetic strike look like? Would it just look like you would be getting hit
Could
with
be
like
any
a
number
force?
of things. Could look like nothing is happening and he's just in pain as you hold out your hand. It could look like Sectum Sempra and Harry Potter. It was like a sword slash. It could be anything really.
He just
His
falls
brain
on the
liquefied
ground
and
and he's
it
dead.
starts pouring out his nose.
Kid,
That's
psychic.
arguably worse, but hey.
Okay, I'm just gonna imagine that it's just like I just throw my hand towards him like an open palm,
Mhm.
and then there's just a large force that hits him, and when he kills him, I go straight for the head, and it just completely blows the dude head apart.
All right, so
Like it looks like somebody just stomped on him constantly in his head.
Lex, you get Finny Fishman blood on you as his head, like he goes down on his knees and just, and his head pops open. All right, you have moved and you have used a
That's the
move.
5th time I've had to wash this suit
Last
this
but
way.
definitely not least, Revian, what would you like to do?
I will move about right here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to cast Sharp Winds on Jug, and at the same time reach into my bag of ball bearings to prepare something for next turn.
All right, Jug, pay attention to what I'm going to put down here. For you.
I gotta roll and see if it works.
Okay, roll your thing to see if it works. I'm sure it will.
And it's
Ridiculous intelligence and all that.
yeah, I got 14.
Of course. All right. Oh, I see. Okay, so I forgot. Yours is the inverse of the usual. It works without any issue. 10 plus, you get extra.
Yeah,
success, you
I
get
didn't get any extra,
Okay, yeah, it just
so
works.
I used the mana on that.
All right, so Jug, pay attention.
Oh god.
You should like this actually.
So it is.
Also,
Hang on.
I probably yeah.
Got it.
God.
Fuck. Why did it do that?
On your next attack, plus 1d4 and 2 piercing. Added to your whatever you do.
Fuck, I can't type. IE. Every time with these fucking IE words.
Heaver!
You get the idea. Fuck.
I also probably tell them not to go too far into that little corner, if at all.
Cutie.
I have something that will soften them up a bit next round.
Doug's got all the cards going on right now. So, what was that last thing you just said, Kyle?
I would have told them to not go too far into that corner. I've got something that will soften them up next round, but I have to wait till next next chance I get.
An idea for something that might soften them up too, so we might be able to
All right.
really
so
hammer
so you
down
have
on them.
Oh,
you have moved, and
and I have attacked,
You
or I have
attacked.
done my thing.
all right. So the one that got thrown gets up from Mighty Nap. His movement would be about halved, but he's in a tiny room anyways, and that's about. He only uses 2 spaces, so it doesn't matter.
10 feet.
And then these guys begin to close in around you guys. So the one with the trident is going to make an attack against you. Jug.
Is he now?
He is.
He can
Uh,
sure try.
The one to everybody's left, that's kind of up farther on the screen.
That guy?
That is cocked. It was almost a natural 20. Okay,
This fella just clapped you.
Yes. Yeah, he misses. He kind of jabs and like misses slightly, not used to a smaller target.
He gave you a
the
buzz cut.
Next one goes. That can fit in this. Yeah, he's gonna attack Jack and try and make an attack against Jack there. Okay. So he does hit a 13. And Jack, which space are you in there? Are you up against the wall here, or are you in the square here? You might be away at the moment. Go ahead and roll the damage up for hit against him. Four damage. 4 damage to him there. And the rest of these guys are going to start collapsing in as well.
Oh. We have a deserter.
Oh no! Who did we lose?
Sharp.
Oh, we lost Sharp.
His Wi-Fi crashed. Give him a second.
Oh, he's okay. He should be back then in just a moment.
Yeah, he messaged immediately.
Just waiting on Robert. He probably is.
I heard somebody say something in the background of his before
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably doing
that
something.
started.
He's fine. He's fine. And then
Okay, right when I came back, I heard
oh, you're
someone
good.
talking.
So you take. Well, let me flip to your page really quick so I can advise you on this because you've never taken damage before. So you take 4 damage, but you have 1 armor. So how armor works in this game is the armor just subtracts that number, whatever your armor is. So you have 1 armor. You subtract 1 from the damage you take. So you take 3 damage instead of 4. So you take 3 damage.
Where do I put that?
Just write it down. So like you have your max HP, which is 17. So you just write next to it or whatever, however you want to track it, and you just mark down that you've taken 3 damage out of the 17. You are at
13.
14 right now.
14.
All right. So I was also asking which square are you in? Are you in this square or are you in this square? Because you're kind of set in the middle there. So which one do you?
I was right here, right in between Lex and Jug.
Okay, so this one here does get to hit on you. He's within range. I pre-rolled that. Hang on, that's the damage you just took. Nope. Ignore me. Not rolled for him yet. Okay. So the guy with the trident has hit you. The one with the harpoon there, a little bit darker skinned, steps up. And 13 plus stuff. That is a 15. And he deals 3 damage, plus 1 for adjacent, because he's adjacent to an ally. So he hits you for math 4 damage. So subtract your armor, be minus 1, so another 3 damage.
So now I'm at 11. Okay.
Okay. And the rest of them just kind of like are moving in and getting in close and trying to get ready to move towards you guys. This guy's kind of up here, and this guy's... They're like kind of closing in around you guys, getting ready to like push back and like move you guys into the other room as best they can. Terragus draws his sword and waits back. So this is gone. So wait. Yeah, no, that's gone. They tried to swing on you.
ask about that.
Yeah, that the Trident one did try to swing on you.
Oh, fuck, the PC crashed.
Well,
I mean, we can keep going, and then when
yeah,
he
he's
gets
got-
back,
get to his
he's
give
got a
him like
second.
we can give
Yeah,
him
he
how
got a
many
minute.
we can give him how many turns he needs if we wait, or if we can.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got a second.
Yeah, you've
anyways.
got it.
So we come back around to Manus.
Does Phoebe not move?
Phoebe chills. She kind of scoots up a little bit, but that's about it. She's not getting involved. Terragus is holding his other hand out without the sword, and you kind of see like on his I've got my arm switched up, but he's the smaller bracer arm. He's holding it out, and he's signaling for her to stay back as he's got his back to the wall, peeking into the room around the corner, holding his sword up to his chest. And Phoebe, she does like put the orb of power in both hands. She's kind of like peeking around, just kind of waiting by that corner there. Yeah, Manus, we will do your turn now.
All right. I have a question.
What's that?
Would I be able to jury rig some kind of explosive out of the power crystal that Phoebe made?
She put it inside of her power orb, seemingly to like power
Okay.
it or something.
All right, gotcha. In that case, would I be able to use my last charge to try and shoot the ceiling of the tower to try and make it collapse on all the fish people in the room?
Yeah, you could try something like that. So, yeah, so spend your charge and roll up your move there.
Okay.
Use your gadget as a weapon. So roll plus intelligence.
$21.
Okay.
Ooh.
So D8 plus, or was I just rolling to make it do something?
Okay, so
Because I didn't know if that would count as an attack if I'm like shooting the ceiling to try and make it fall down on them.
yeah, I'm trying to see like like the level of effectiveness essentially. So are you spending charge so that you can roll plus intelligence, or are you spending? Cause like you don't have to. You can just roll to use your thing.
Oh,
Yeah, because you can mark it as ammo. Like if you mark ammo instead, you can use one charge, but you can roll plus strength or dex to use the item. You don't necessarily just have to use your
all right.
intelligence if you didn't want to.
Case
Just,
you
let,
wanted
just
to
letting
say-
you know
Yeah.
you have options.
Yeah, let me just roll with dex then.
Okay.
So I don't have to spend my last charge.
Keep that last charge and then roll plus dex. To volley.
14.
14. All right. So 14 on the volley move. Give me 1 second. Flip over here. So your options: you can move. You have to move to get the shot, placing you in danger of the GM's choice. You take what you can get, minus 1d6 damage, or you have to take several shots, reducing your ammo by 1.
Have me move up into a tight spot.
Okay, so you have to put yourself in a bit of a spot. I'll say like sprinting all through of all these other things happening. You have to kind of get up in this crowded corner here in a bit of a spot that you don't necessarily want to be. Where does Voithos go? For the
He's
rest of
with
your
me.
turn?
He's the one that like loads the cannon.
Okay. Yeah, he loads the cannon, you fire. Let's roll your damage, your D8. Get an idea of exactly what this will do.
Three. I'm using different dice after that.
Let's see. How many of them are there? There's 6, 7, 8. So I'll roll a d8, and I'm going to see how many of them this will hit. And that number of people will take, you said 3 damage?
Yeah.
That number of people will take 3 damage. So I rolled a 6 on the die. And you said 3 damage. So give me 1 second. Alright. So I said 6 of them. So give me a laser pointer of the ones you would like to hit. Try and keep it like all the ones in the back or all the ones in the front, or like however it is exactly you want to hit. So just kind of like point each one that you want me to mark down damage for, however you want to do it.
All the ones that have harpoons.
Okay, so these back here. Okay.
Yeah, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. You said 6, right?
Yes. So that.
All
puts
of
them
these
at-
fellows.
Yeah. Everybody but the 2 guys that have tridents that are still close to the rest of the group. I'm trying to pepper everybody else that isn't close to our people.
Okay.
So the ceiling would probably collapse around here.
There he is.
There he is!
Yay.
Hey, and he went back in the same spot.
Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. Manus is just shooting the ceiling, trying to kill everyone. Just kidding. He's trying to kill the enemies. All right, yeah.
Oh,
So
that was my idea. Dang it.
you hit the ceiling, and the shot like skids off the ceiling. What color is what comes out of the cannon? Like describe what it looks like for everyone. I didn't have you do that on the first one. What does it look like for everyone when you fire this cannon?
It's basically like a railgun. Like it just charges up and it just blasts out this galvanic purple cannonball projectile that just like zips out. Like it almost looks like lightning. It shoots out so fast.
Okay, so you hear this quick charge up, and like you see Voitos helping him load it as he picks it up and it's and hits the ceiling and kind of like arcs, essentially a shotgun blast of like rocks off the ceiling, taking out a good chunk of it, and you actually see a little bit of daylight come through and illuminate the room a bit, and hits all the ones with harpoons. You watch the one like that just stabbed you actually like take a few, pelting him in the face, and they take a little bit of damage there. Next up is Jug.
Finally. Alright, I'm going after the Trident guy who attacked me. I guess this one?
Yes. That is the less, like, the one that doesn't look very, doesn't look really injured at all. He looks fine.
All
It's
right.
the one that you threw.
Cool.
You physically threw him at the other guy.
Cool. I'm gonna keep my vendetta against him. I'm gonna use Crush. I squeeze the life out of an enemy I am holding twice for damage, picking the highest result. They live 2 until they repair it. So I'm gonna hop on him, and then I'm gonna like swing my tail around his body, and so like I'm like laying sideways on his chest. I'm like grabbing my tail, and then I'm just like squeezing him.
Like an anaconda grip.
So roll plus
Flex
strength.
that tail.
So roll plus strength to grab this guy first.
Yes.
You gotta get your hands on him.
All right, I got a 22.
Imagine that.
Got him.
All right, roll your damage twice.
So I get the plus 1d4 damage,
Yes, added on
And
top
then-
of that.
and
then
then
1d6,
plus 2
yes.
piercing. My armor's scraping into him, plus 2 piercing. So do I roll my d8s twice, or both the d8 and the d4?
Roll your
so you
d8s twice. The 1d6 is just the result of the over 16 or plus.
Oh, I get a 1d6 too. I forgot.
Yeah, you get the
Fuck.
1d6, the 1d4, and then you roll your 2d8s twice. Or your d8 twice.
Okay, so let me roll the d8 twice. 2 and a 3. Then I got a 7 total from the d8 and the d6 and the d4. So 10 more damage. 10 damage to that guy.
10 damage
two
total, alright. So he goes to... Yeah, he takes the hit
Nine.
pretty hard. You like wrap around him and just where how do you wrap around him exactly? Like around his
Like,
neck, you said?
I jump around his chest, and then I like wrap my tail around him, and then it's like I'm kind of grabbing my tail above me, but like squeezing around his whole body, and I'm just like squeezing him like a rope or something. I don't know. Kind of like if you would bear hug somebody, but imagine I'm doing it with my whole body.
Yeah,
like a boa constrictor.
You squeeze the shit out of him, and he really.
I am the wind. Feel my breeze.
All right. Next up is Lex, I believe.
And since he lived, he has reduces armor by 2 till he repairs it.
Smashed it off of him like a tin can.
He crushed his armor.
All right. So, Lex, what would you like to do?
Let me think. Let me look at this area here.
And there is measurement tools if you need them, all over the place, depending on like what you're doing and line of sight and distances.
Every square is 5 foot.
Yes, every square is 5 foot.
No.
And you can use the protractor, click it, and it'll let you measure straight out.
And then in the paint tool, there's actual shapes that will help you measure out different moves and abilities if you need them. Reach is the equivalent of 10 feet, if that's also relevant.
That's interesting. Okay. Considering the area we are in... See, the problem is I could do something really damaging right now. The main problem with it, though, is that there's quite a lot of people around me that could possibly get backlash.
I can take it. But what about Jack? Jack, are you good?
Okay, so right now I want to say that I got hit. So right now I'm kind of like half and half. Like I got like I'm kind of like half crouching and not, and I'm just got my hand over where I took the hit because it's bleeding a little bit. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll get back up.
Yeah, you got jabbed with a harpoon, kind of made a bit of a nasty wound.
That was a hard.
Can I heal him from here?
You don't just get stabbed and.
Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why I'm saying like that was not pleasant.
Okay, so I'm assuming the ceiling is no longer intact due to that previous shot.
In that spot, there's a little like circle above you, Jug, and Jack that's got like a little bit of sunlight coming in now. There's like the angle and like the math and geometry shotgun blast into all the harpoon guys. They kind of look like maybe more like foot soldiers, and the guys with tridents look more in charge.
Okay, so there's something I could do here. There could
got?
be repercussions for doing it, though. So, if I do this, everyone is literally going to have to move, except everyone outside of this room. So that means me, Revian, Jug, and Jack have to completely move. Revian will
And
be
since
fine.
it's already passed one of their turns, well, they can't move until after you.
Exactly. The problem here.
Combat in a tiny room.
Oh, wait, actually, that's a great idea. Alright, so neither of them are in the way of that, so I could... Okay, I roll hack and slash again with my base ability that I used before.
Dude, I delete this little note.
But I attack pretty much everybody from this wall up, so these idiots here. I would miss these guys. But I would hit everybody here.
Which move are you using?
My hack and slash. I have an idea with one of my hack and slash. My base ability. What is it? What is it called again? Let me see. I'm gonna have to look at her.
Your mastery, arts.
Yes, arts. Yes,
Arts. Okay, so I see. Let me read.
Arts. Okay. I would have to be really tricky with the way I do this. Let me look at my stuff.
Okay, so on the ranges, hand is unimportant. The ones to pay attention to are close, reach, or near. Reach is 10 feet. Near is essentially 60 feet to about 120 feet, like bow range.
Yeah. So I would say bow range, probably. Yeah.
So near.
Yeah. No, wait. Don't I have to roll first before I even have to?
Well, hang on. So.
But yeah,
so you describe your attack, and then you select the appropriate range, and and choose a tag if you like. So you choose one tag. When you volley and choose to reduce ammo, instead your next attack takes -1 forward due to that.
Yes.
But that's if you expend ammo. So if you're doing a range thing, it'll be with Dex is what you'll roll.
There will be no ammo expended.
Yeah. So if you're doing a ranged thing, which you're not in a ranged situation here. You're in a full physical melee combat, face to face. So the tag that, like, if you're trying to hit somebody directly in front of you, the tag that applies is going to be like probably close. And this will be with strength to hit them.
Let me explain what I'm trying to do here.
Okay. What do you got?
By the way, if y'all don't know, inside Owlbear, if you pick up your dice with your mouse, you can actually roll it around by yourself. You don't actually have to hit re-roll.
Ooh. What I put there?
For the reroll. I got 2 1s rolling on that DC.
See, because the way I explained it might you get confused with that, because I don't know.
That would be more in your first move, your mastery.
Exactly.
So that would be rolling plus wisdom,
Yes, exactly. Elemental.
rather than doing the arts one.
Yes. Yeah, rather than arts. Yeah, always. Yeah, that would. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, roll wisdom on it, right?
Yep. Roll your d20. Add your wisdom.
That did not sound good.
It sounds like physical pain happening.
That sounds like an ouchie.
I think I know.
Somebody get a boo boo.
I think I know what physical pain looks like when you roll it on a die. What does that physical pain sound like when it's spoken out loud? I just want to hear it.
It sounds like a 1.
Oh shit.
Automatic
With
fail.
a
Do not hit
modifier of
anything.
4, so that's a 5. Okay, so I just completely failed to do what I was trying to do.
Yep, you just fail absolute.
Just don't even do anything. Apparently.
So what is it? So describe exactly like what you do and like what everybody sees as you like fail. Like just a kind of a brief description. Because not a whole lot happens.
So he kind of like he moves forward and tries to do like a gesture with his arms, and he slips and falls on his back.
All right. So
It's that slime from earlier. I was telling you.
Jack,
did.
you are up.
Yes,
What would
you
you like
did.
to do on your turn?
I'm gonna be a bit dramatic about this.
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna use Sword of the Mind.
Sword of the Mind. Ooh.
And I'm going to use one of the following effects it gains is I'm gonna go for electric damage.
Okay, so Sword of the Mind always is there. So you hit the harpoon one of the wait. Which one did you hit? You hit
I killed the mage.
You killed the mage, never mind. So you killed it more. Yeah, you always have +1 damage and +1 damage tag and one of the following. So you essentially choose one of those to... Yeah, the way it's worded, it means for you to pick one to have permanently.
I'm going to pick electric.
Okay. I think we discussed that specifically, but not like that particular specificity of it, like that it's you choose one and it sticks. It sticks with you. Okay, so roll your d20 plus wisdom for telekinetic strike, and keep in mind you'll always have an extra +1 no matter what damage you deal.
Plus wisdom. Okay, so that means
Come on, have a 5. Plus
9.
5. Damn.
That's a 9 because the +3 and the +1. So
That is a
9.
failure. 1 to
Damn
9 is a failure. All right, so you reach out and it can't focus, can't quite take hold. Maybe that blast and the light coming in hit your eyes, the light like from the ceiling hit your eyes a bit, and kind of averted your aim. Would you like to move?
Yeah, I'm going to try to move back a little bit so I can
Go
get
ahead.
my footing. I'm just going to say that blast didn't hit because I'm in pain and can barely focus. So
All right, yeah, about 6 squares, 30 feet of movement is what kind of a standard that I'm giving everybody. But if you remember, we did discuss one thing, but you've already taken a move this turn, so about 30 feet. All right, cool. So you kind of squeeze your way out of the room, Manus. He squeezed past you, and you see there Terragus with his sword kind of up to his chest, and Manus is like holding the cannon. Voitos is like loading it.
As he goes by, can I attempt to heal him with a Cure Light Wounds?
I'll say on your turn, yes.
All right, cool.
That would be on your turn thing.
no, does that mean that if I use my ability again, will that extra effect still be there? Or...
Yeah, that stays. So what I was saying is like when you take that move, you essentially pick one of those 3 things to always have. That's the way, at least that's the way it's worded, is that you have it. Because it doesn't say like when you deal damage, choose. It just says you always have the +1 damage tag and one of the following. So it means like pick one of them and you always have that.
Okay, it's like it should say that it stays there. No.
Yeah, some of the wording on these is not the best, but I mean it's interpretation. Where to go? Sword of the Mind. And I'll say it doesn't, so we'll say you can pick elemental. It doesn't necessarily have to be electric, but it can be cold and fire as well. We'll take all 3 of those as your options. So you can have any of those 3 from that little thing there. So just like keep that in mind. Up next is Revian. What would you like to do?
I, having prepared to grab something out of my pouch the last round, am going to cast Teacup Tornado.
Okay.
That sounds
Roll your cast a spell.
This sounds actually how it's Wonderland type stuff. I'm not gonna
You're gonna hate me.
What's that?
Oh, here we go.
I got a natural 20.
Oh man,
Oh,
that's gonna be a mess with this one. Did you roll your die? No, we
Not
haven't done
yet.
because you just
Not
cast
yet.
a spell. Okay.
I just
So-
cast a spell. Didn't you say this immediate 1 square and then the immediate squares around it?
Yeah, so 1 square and all the squares around it.
So that would be, if I can grab it. Nope, it won't let me grab it.
You have to remove and replace. It's a
Yeah,
little
I gotta-
tricky, but it does serve the purpose.
Alright, so I need that, so...
Kind of like center it in the middle of the square that you want it to be in, and then
Right there.
All right.
Now, I am going to roll my d10.
Yeah,
Wasn't
roll your d10 and then roll your d4 to see how many rounds.
Oh yeah, the d4s. The 2 d4s.
Just like make sure you write this down so you don't lose track of it as well, and we can tick it off as we go. Or maybe I'll make a little sticky note. So, d10.
5 rounds.
5 rounds?
5 rounds.
Oh, is it plus something?
It was 2 d4 rounds.
Oh, that's right. Didn't you take an advanced move?
Yeah. That's the advanced move. Teacup Tornado. And it lasts for... It was 2d3, but that's stupid, so we made it 2d4 rounds.
Oh, I see. I just didn't read it right. I'm dumb. Okay. So you said
Yeah.
5 rounds. Boy, that's a long time.
And I rolled a 6 for my d10.
Okay. 6.
So is that max damage for all of those?
Yes, it is. So that means...
So that is 4 times 6.
Yes, it is.
I just did 24 damage to every one of those guys.
Jesus Christ. That's it. Yeah, that's it. You wipe them out. What does it look like as Revian steps forward and deletes everything in sight?
I make a twisting motion, a twist motion with the tip of my staff and point it towards that middle man as I throw with the ball bearings with my left hand, and that tornado grabs those ball bearings and just beats the ever-loving shit out of every one of them.
Lucky motherfucker, natural 20 on the first time using it. Oh, man.
Jeez.
Jesus.
I know! I expected just
my god.
to hurt him a little bit. I didn't expect that.
Oh, yeah, it's instant death. They're all kind of low or around 4 HP with some armor, so yeah, you wipe them out. Bye-bye.
Dang.
All right.
That went a lot better than I thought, fellas.
Holy
Now the only
Revian-
problem is
Revian
we
steps
can't go
out
in there.
and extends his hand, and you watch this whirling torrent of ball bearings come away from him and fill that space around them and just batter them and shred them. And there's like, they're taking holes all in them, and they just kind of fall over as they just like have nothing. There's just nothing left in them to stand anymore. Just a room full of dead bodies now.
And I tell everybody to back up because until that runs its course, we can't go in there.
Yes, so for the next 30 seconds, there's just a whirling torrent of hell in front of you all.
It hurts.
Right there.
Oh yeah,
My
that
God.
just deletes them.
And if
That cleared
anybody
the
else was
room.
going to come through, they would have got hit by it too.
Yeah, they couldn't get past you guys. You just kind of stonewalled them in there. If it had gotten to their turn, they were about to squeeze through that space that Jack had left, trying to get out of there. All right.
Damn, I did
Never-
not
that did-
expect that.
That did not play out the way I wanted it to in my head. That
That
really
was
didn't.
crazy.
Everybody
That
has
was-
rough combat. Also, combat in a tiny room. Like I said.
I was
Amazing.
ready. I was about to use a really cool move too, but not as cool as dealing 24 damage to every single fucking guy in the room.
I
That
didn't
was
even roll max.
crazy.
I wanted to try to do that exact thing, and then I rolled a freaking natural 1.
That wasn't even fully max damage. It could have been up to 10 d4.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
That
There's
is-
10 ball bearings in my hand that I threw out there. Every object hit while in that tornado causes 1d4 damage, no matter the object.
That is.
As long as it's light enough for the
Wow.
tornado to pick it up,
Holy crap.
1d4 damage per hit.
Terragus kind of is leaning into the corner again. He's like, "That's all of them."
Looks like it.
Alright.
Can I
Sheathes his
attempt to
sword.
heal Jack now?
Yes. Go ahead and roll your cast a spell.
Alright.
Yeah, that went way better than I thought it would.
Oh yeah, you guys killed the mage out the gate. He was ready to fuck you guys up.
Yeah, no,
he
I
has- he had
freaking-
some stuff,
I
but you guys
knew.
deleted him.
The second I was
That's
like, hey,
why
that
I-
was different. I don't like different.
That was
I rolled a 15.
He's different. Bully him.
okay. So this is this is narrative situation, so don't worry about the like the negative part of it. So you heal him for a D8, correct?
Yes, I'll roll that now. Six.
Okay, Jack, you take 6 healing. And the floating orb in the center of the circle remains, and nothing seems to happen.
Is the
So-
tornado gone yet?
Still floating around there for a second, and Phoebe kind of comes up and is like concerned. Is like, "What the fuck was all that? What happened?"
Some fish people. They're over there on the ground.
I'm gonna run over here, down here, and grab the biggest rock I can. If I have to roll, I'll roll, but I'm grabbing as big of a fucking rock out of
I'll
these
say
I can.
since it's a rock and rocks are like big rocks start getting into tonnage. Go ahead and roll plus strength. Let's see what happens. So what are they? They're like,
was that a 16?
16. All right, that's a full success. So yeah, you.
Well,
you
I
watch
rock older.
as a rock approaches you all from the other side of the room.
Just the rock walks toward us.
I'm gonna run over here. Tornado still going? Probably took me a minute to get that.
Yeah, I'd say the tornado's probably gone by now. It's
I'm gonna go-
shoved off.
All right, I'm throwing this fucking rock at the orb.
All right, so I'm not gonna make you roll because it's a rock, and considering the size and you, it hits the room, and it kind of like breaks over the orb and kind of falls 2 pieces to a side, kind of crumbles there, and you see a little bit of like arcane magic, like energy, kind of come off of the floating orb, but that's about it.
Are you kidding me?
We'll want to do something about that orb before we finish looking at the tower.
Maybe you should throw another rock at it.
Mind if
Can I
Okay.
try Can I
I'm gonna
try
get
and
another
jury
rock.
rig a containment field with some of Phoebe's tools as well as mine to try and like contain it,
Yes.
or at least something to like shut it down?
He went to get another rock.
Oh my god.
Someone said to do it. I get another rock. I
Yeah,
just
Phoebe
toss
told
it.
him. Phoebe told him to throw another rock.
I throw another rock. If I could pick up the first one, I could pick up the next one.
Could I roll to do something as well, if you not mind?
Sure. What
To
are you
do
gonna
the
do?
same thing I tried to do earlier.
If somebody's
gonna
gonna hack
wait.
and slash, I'll use sharp winds on them.
You're gonna try to use mastery.
Yes.
All right.
To do the exact same thing I was trying to do earlier, which means
so-
Jug has to get the hell out of that room.
It didn't work again.
You throw another
I
rock.
didn't make it.
Same result. Just kind of breaks over it, and Phoebe's in the hallway laughing. Now that shit's funny. And she's just like giggling to herself, and Terragus is just like, waiting.
I don't get it.
I reach over, pat him on the head. It's okay.
Lex, go ahead and roll plus wisdom. And Manus, your move
I would ask if I could do a reroll, but that's not a thing, is it?
Nope.
Alright, he fails again, and then slips and falls on his face this time. Instead of his
Did you roll
back.
another one?
No, I rolled a 2.
Oh.
If your dice roller has a dice jail, use it. Okay, so roll plus
I don't think
intelligence
it has a dice jail.
Manus?
No, it doesn't.
to jury
All
rig. Phoebe will come in and help you as well. To
I can
assist
help
some
her
of
laugh.
her-
I'm gonna try and roll on Owlbear. Let's see how it goes. Uh, 10.
Hey, it's mixed success.
Hey, there you go.
bad.
So, what does that look like with that move? So, on a 7 to 9, choose one.
Alright, hold on. I'll spend my last charge to make sure it holds up for as long as we need. I pull out my battery and put the last of the juice in. But
Okay. So you watch as
Whatever
Manus
it is.
pulls his lantern and does something. I guess touch it to whatever item you're building. We'll say you built like a small little sphere out of just some various things that you had. A little bit of a containment thing, about the size enough to put that in there. And as you walk over and begin to imp it around that, instead of what I have planned, I'll say, So roll. Okay. So it's gonna hold together. So roll plus dex for me really quick.
roll plus steps. Alright. Ah, fuck. 7.
Okay. So what's gonna happen is you, I was essentially gonna give you a success. You're gonna take no damage. Failure means you are going to take half. Actually, this game's structure is the damage or the worst of the damage. So I'm gonna take 2 d12s, and I'm gonna take the lower. So essentially, rolling disadvantage on d12s. So I rolled a 12 and a 7. So you will take 7. So half. No, wait. Nope. My brain's mixing thoughts. So you'll take 7 damage. So, and that goes past your armor. It ignores armor. It is,
Okay.
So you walk over and you begin to collapse this little, net cage thing around it. I was trying to get an image in my head of exactly what it looked like. I'm seeing like a cage, like some kind of fencing sort of looking material with like a hard rim that collapses around, almost like a T-ball. Not T-ball is like baseball, but like T-ball isn't like the thing you put the tea leaves in. And you begin to close it around it, and as you do, some of what appears to be a trap triggers, and some of the arcane energy arcs out and hits Manus, and you take 7 damage that goes through your armor.
Alright. Let me... Alright.
I'm having terrible luck. That raw 20 sapped every bit of dice roll out of me.
I have 9 hit points left out of 16.
Lex, go help him.
Okay, and you have the orb now, and it seems to have powered down. And now that whatever that trap or incantation was, seems to have faded, and now the orb inside actually seems a lot smaller. It seems like a little crystal
contained.
ball sort of thing in the basket now.
So am I like up here?
Yeah, you and Phoebe would be like kind of up here now. She's kind of standing behind you, watching.
I'll put Boethos on the other side then.
Okay.
All right, yeah, I got it. I'm hurting, but I got it.
Okay.
And the
you
runes
could
underneath
actually
it powered
open it and
down?
take it out now. It's not. There's no power to it. You would know based on like the containment that it would still show, but it'd be safe to touch if it was still powered. This essentially just either would have contained it, or it would have, as it did, lessen the blow from whatever it was going to do.
Okay, cool. Well, all right. What next?
And as you pull away from that and step back, the pointed blue lines of the teleportation, whatever temporary teleportation circle may be, begin to fade and dim and fade out. It seems whatever temporary portal sort of thing they had set up here has faded.
Alright. So we just have the blue orb that was like in the middle of it?
Yeah, so you've got an orb. So what was collected from the chest, and just now you have a little crystal ball looking thing, a robe with patches all over it, and a little bag with 6 beads in it, like marble-sized beads.
Would you guys be cool with me keeping the blue orb from the teleportation circle to study it?
Sure.
You can do whatever you want with it.
Can we find out what the marbles are?
Another horde of mer people.
What's the cloak do?
Actually, that is a good question.
I'm kind of curious what I'm carrying around here.
So
Since
the
I
cloak,
grabbed him before we ran to
looking at
combat.
it, the patches all have like different designs on it. Like one's got like a dagger, another one's got like a symbol of like a dog. One of them's got like a ladder on it, and they're not in any particular place. They're just kind of all over it. One of them looks like a little rowboat almost. And you see a couple of them that look like gold coins, maybe. One of them looks like a coiled rope. There's just like different things all over it. There's you keep looking. And there's one that looks like gems on it. There's one that looks like little red vials of some sort of solution, maybe. Possibly supposed to look like maybe a health potion or something. One of them looks like a scroll. There's only one of those though. You see one that's a lantern, there's one that looks like a little flat piece of, like a mirror of some kind. One of them is just like, it looks like a little brown wooden pole. Just pretty plain and simple.
Does it look like the patches come off?
You want to find out?
Maybe with one of the coin ones.
If you would like, I can do my let me see that move.
Well, I kind of want to know what both the robe do and the marbles, because they were in a chest. They survived 1,000 years. And depending on what those marbles do, they might be really useful for me.
Yeah, definitely. After seeing the tornado, I definitely agree. So yeah, if you'd like me to take a look at them, I can.
Sure.
All right. I'd like to. Do I get 2 questions for each of the items, or just like 1 question
I'll
for
say
each item?
like a quick examination for now, standing in the room. It'll be easier back on the ship and out in the daylight. But in this
right.
room with like, you know, artificially provided light in a quick glance, I'll say ask a question for each thing that you're looking at.
I'd like to know what both of them do.
Okay, so the robe, it appears that you're supposed to rip the patches off, and maybe something happens. Hard to tell exactly what unless you do it, but you can see that clearly they're meant to be ripped off. And then the bag with the beads in it, you get a whiff of like almost like not quite gunpowder, but an adjacent explosive material,
Okay.
not fire-based. You kind of get a whiff off of them. It's like that smells like something used to blow something up, maybe.
Interesting. So yeah, I share that with the group.
Could be interesting with the tornado, but does anybody else need anything that explodes?
I was gonna say like I would like maybe, but I would much rather see them get thrown into a tornado. So they're all yours.
Yeah,
I can make things blow up with other ways.
Same.
Do we want to finish looking at the rest of the tower before we go, or do you think this may be it?
I think I
wanna
saw
ask
another
how-
room over there.
I'll say we can
Yeah.
we can narrativize the rest of this so we can move further on, and I'll reveal to you guys. You've won the fight. You've earned a reward. Going into the other room on the other side, this room here, you find another magic circle with slightly more destructive properties, also remote, like meant to be remotely used, but the glyphs have faded. You gather that it probably was attached to that mage that you guys obliterated. And then climbing the tower, you go up, and as you go up further and further, the stairs get a little bit narrower and narrower. The tower gets a little bit narrower and narrower, so it's hard. You wouldn't be able to walk side by side, but it's enough for one person as you get up to the top and climb through a trap door, and you see the light to warn ships of approaching a large rock that would not be a good idea to hit. So its own little lighthouse to try and keep ships from hitting it. And there's all around it. So if you remember, I described it's like these kind of wide little pillars, no windows, just wide open pillars that hold up the little roof above it, and these kind of big gaps where you can look out and you can see, like looking out with this like the climb. Also, you can see really far. You can see like this. You can see a lot. This watchtower is right.
Nice
It's
lookout
tall
point.
as shit. And as you're climbing up, remember there were slots of like wind, so you guys got gusted with some wind on occasion as you climbed up as well.
I go, oh, that feels good as I walk up.
Yeah, it's actually kind of refreshing to the musty wind of the rest of this watchtower below. Like it's refreshing to have just some air, just dry air coming through those big slots to keep the tower from being blown over by a storm. What would you all like to do now? Seems everything is dead. Most everything explored. Most everything else is just things that are broken and old and rusted away, and rocks crumbled and so on and so forth.
Shall we head back to the ship?
Lex is already walking away back to the ship. He's already just.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if how much longer we were gonna do this for, because I might have to take a shower to get ready for something tomorrow.
We are nearing the end here.
Okay.
I give Jug a ride, and we get back on the ship.
Manus gives the orb to Voithos, and then he limps back up to the boat.
Voithos
Let me go see if that wine is gone.
Absolutely. Everybody goes back up to the ship. Phoebe goes down below somewhere. Everybody heads back to the ship. Okay. So, shifting maps. We're back to this map here.
Which we are all still standing on.
Oh, I'm gonna pull everybody over as well. I have this. Yep.
Here, hold on. I have to put my other icon in real quick.
I have to shrink you.
Same.
Don't worry,
You're the wrong size, sir.
I was about to shrink myself. Don't worry. But
Various, you get back to the ship. He begins climbing up to the top again. Kind of stops about halfway and goes. Climbs back down. Starts heading down to the mess. Seems the excitement has made him hungry. All that excitement for him.
Hey, look, there's a ghost on the ship.
He goes down into the
Me, I
mess.
can't find the one that.
All right, so back on the ship. Captain's at the helm. Everything's going on as it goes on. Would anyone like to do anything as you're preparing to leave the watchtower? So, did you find anything?
Present the me and Voithos present the blue orb from the teleportation thing, and I ask if it's okay if I study it to learn more about it.
She kind of looks at it and she goes, kind of shakes her head. She says, I didn't can. I no idea what that is.
I'll probably try and figure out more about what the marbles do or the beads do, or try and find somebody who can figure it out.
Ooh, what you got there? The bag of marbles. Fun. So did you have fun in there? Did Phoebe die? I hope not. Me neither. She's got something
Yeah, she's
important.
fine.
So, okay, good. Well, go down, get yourselves some refreshment, have a meal, and we're gonna be off soon. So, so piss off.
Sounds good to me.
I'm looking at the ground this whole time.
Sounds good to me. I'm going to get some ale.
So the mess, by the way, is this down here, yellow laser.
Third boat down.
Is down there, and that's where Terragus is at the moment, actually. Cook's in there, Dark Elf.
If we had more time, I'd try and talk to him, but we don't get more time tonight.
So,
Where's the grog?
It's in the barrels over there by the door. You passed him.
I'm gonna sit here.
all right.
Just opens the barrel and throws him in the grog.
You know what? I'll sit here.
So, so I'll save that for next time. I'll say, if anyone needs to dip, you can dip and just catch the last few minutes of this stream to kind of figure out what happens. Since Revian wants to talk to Terragus, what would you like to say to Terragus?
You alluded to answers to some of my questions before. Are you up to talking now, or do you want to wait?
He's kind of eating his... I have an idea, yeah. What do you see? It says tricky subject. He kind of looks around, sees what crew is in there, kind of sees the Dark Elf, and he kind of looks down a little bit. He's kind of
We can easily relocate once you
unsure.
get done eating.
Let's do that. That would be a good idea.
The crow's
grab
nest seems like a good place.
Whoops.
It'll also allow me to recharge a bit, being in the air.
As he said, he'd let you finish eating. He kind of grazie. Finish eating. Eats his food,
I grab an apple out of one of the barrels over to the side.
and he gets up and wanders off with you, and actually takes you down to which direction would you like to go? He says, where would you prefer?
Well, I am partial to open air.
All right, come to the crow's nest with me. Be enlightening, or enairening. I don't know. Anyways, so a few minutes go by. You guys climb up the netting, get up to the top, and he kind of leans against the rail there, and he kind of looks at the crow's nest guy, and he says, "Take a break. I have this. We have a talk to have, small one." The guy starts climbing down, and he says, "I am from an organization that is called the Union of Assassins. We are known by many names. Most of them no one knows, which is a bit funny. We fight against a group called the Sempiternal. They think of themselves as everlasting. And from what it sounds like, that may be something that they have done. No, it sounds like their involvement. I would need more details and more information.
Well,
Kind of
I can only
looking off in thought.
really tell you what I was able to get out of my mother before she passed. She came from Gladriel. Did I say that right? No, I didn't say that right. What the hell is the name of that big ass continent?
Galgaret.
Galgaret. She came from Galgaret.
I see.
He was
Elven heritage. I see it in your ears there.
Yes. She was a healer and healed somebody that had apparently been running from a group.
Interesting.
Not long after I was born, this individual came back to warn us that we were being targeted because she helped him and gave us money to leave. Before we left, we were attacked and she was poisoned.
Where was this? What kingdom?
Ah, crap, gotta pull up the map. Do I have that picture? Crap, I don't think I have that. I don't have an updated map. I cannot remember. Oh wait, I got it on the other thing. Sorry. Oh. Almanora.
Almanora. Oh. Oh, you speak of General Zarlor. Yes, his men use poisons like that often. And they were tricky because they put it on everything. It was cheap and inexpensive. But rather
And
than kill you quickly, it made you live a life of suffering and short-lived. Really.
It took her about... It lasted about 18 years before she could not fight it any longer.
An elf, that would be a nightmare.
Yes.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Cared for her as much as I could, living where we ended up.
General Zarlor, he has not been found yet. He still is on the loose. That was my... When was this?
Oh, about 18 and a half years ago, give or take.
This is
A few
news
months.
to me.
I don't know the exact
That's something
timing.
to keep in mind. Thank you for telling me this. I need to alert some people. This is bad news. Zarlor has not been active for over 100 years. Camera just shut off.
There he is.
What the fuck?
I don't know. You disappeared on me.
Why did that happen? It was just Discord that did that. Anyways.
Oh, whoa, that looks awesome.
Do you recognize it?
Not
From
entirely.
Breath of the Wild.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, now I see it.
I think Discord crashed. Okay.
That is
Crashed
actually...
and reopened. But he says, yes, this is concerning. I must alert some people. Zarlor has not been active for a very long time. And if he is on the move in recent years, even if it was almost 20 years ago, this is still a concern. This is bad. Not good news. Thank you for telling me, my friend.
I'm searching for the man responsible and on the lookout for my father because I do not know who he actually is. She would not tell me.
Interesting. There are things to consider here. Interesting. Well, I must think some more. I don't know that I have much more for you other than what I've told you, but
Any little bit helps at this time. I've been traveling for a few months now, quite a few months now,
Well, with his inactivity, I'm not entirely certain what else would be relevant. It's been so long. I'll keep an eye out. When we reach Birdfest, I may have a favor to ask of you all.
Alright.
And there might be some enlightenment there for you as well. I'll tell you more later. I must think.
I thank you for whatever information you may be able to give me. This is the most I've found out since I started searching.
And I'll say, standing up here in the direct sunlight, you do notice finally some sort of detail under the hood. His eyes aren't right. They look like they're not human eyes.
Ruh-roh.
That's what I was going, for. Oh. Excuse me. Well, I thank you for the information.
As much as I can give.
If you have something else you need to do, I don't mind taking watch up here for a while. It would allow me to recharge a bit.
Of course not.
Before
I'd
resting.
appreciate the company. Be nice to have someone else to sit up here besides that weirdo. All he does is drink.
I rolled to recharge my mana because I figure I'm going to be up here for an hour or so.
Yeah, of course.
I got lucky again. I got 9. I'd gotten
Right.
down to 5, and I went right back up to 9.
Also, those of you that failed in that combat, if you can remember exactly how many times you failed, you get that much XP.
I found like 3 times. No, twice. That I
There would
recall.
be 2 separate XP. Also, everybody, you get
I don't think I filled in.
7, 8, 9 XP on top of all that for that fight, because there's a lot of people.
So,
Just killed a bunch of people.
just 9 straight off.
Just 9 straight off, 9 XP.
I've leveled up.
How many does it take to level up?
7
Yeah.
At
plus
this
your
level-
level.
12.
So at level
at the
5 for
moment.
you guys would be 12.
So current XP is 2.
I am sitting at 13. So I've got 1 experience for my next level.
I didn't mark XP for our last game because I had to leave early, so I don't know.
You got 3 from
what
that.
I
Okay.
think
As far as I remember, it was 3.
Alright, so I have 5 now.
I'm at 11. I think.
Okay. And we still have end of session as well, don't forget. I'll
I
get-
was given 4. I was given 4 for the last. Oh wait, no, that was for something else that I did. Never mind.
It may have been something separate for your own stuff.
Yeah.
Not everything will be completely congruent. What I'm remembering is specifically from the end of session thing.
Yes.
So, would anyone else like to do anything?
There was one thing I wanted to do.
Go ahead, of course. Now's the time.
I wanted to once me and Voithos go back down to our our bunk cabin, whatever.
Yeah.
I want to ask him if he can remember any more information regarding my father. Now that his memory banks have been they've been worked on in Escamilla. I'm just curious if he can remember anything more.
And he sits and he thinks for a while and he goes, "Yes, I see. Begins to process. Some memories incomplete. Must perform a shutdown and I need to repair those memories. Might take me a moment. Maybe a night of sleep for you, sir. If that's okay. And maybe I'll remember more, but I do remember there was yes. Accessing memory. Several attacks. Yes, merchant ship. Yes. Remember the manifest now? I saw the manifest. We were taking cargo for the Marios Trading Company, and the ship was attacked. And then... Yes. Me and my master, formerly, floated ashore, and then we were assisted. And then one day we left. And then I remember Master was very angry. And we joined up with some not the most savory people, and then we went out back on the seas. And he seemed bent to find the ones that had damaged the ship he was originally on and stole the cargo. And we found them and were unsuccessful. I remember... Where are you having this conversation with him, by the way?
Like, down like in the probably just like in the sleeping quarters, or like where would I be able to better tinker with the orb we found? Just kind of like a work area.
Probably down in the deck where the rowboats are, or
Okay.
Somewhere around where Reggie's little alchemist table is set up, on the other side
On
of the
the-
mess.
Third level, all the way on the left is where Reggie's at.
All right. Yeah. I'll work in Reggie's shop. Yeah. And I'll ask him there while we're working.
Just checking exactly who all is hearing all of this information. So none of you are hearing any of this. Keep that in mind, or any of the stuff that happened with Revian.
Yeah.
You guys just get into that for funsies. So, and he says, yes, we found them and were unsuccessful. And we lost Master, we lost the captain, we lost the mate, we lost the second mate, we lost the third mate, we lost 300 of the crew, we lost Megalo. Which, to you, just means large. In Pontethan, just means huge. Just like, hey, what the fuck? And we lost the ship, scuttled, and then I shut down. And then I found you. So, apologies if that answer is not adequate. I will shut down soon with your permission, and repair some of the memories.
Do as you must, Voithos. Thank you.
See. Yes, I will go shut down. And kind of rolls away.
I just kind of let that information soak in as I just keep experimenting with the orb and just going over it and stuff. Just kind of processing that.
Reggie kind of comes over to you, kind of seeing you throwing yourself into some sort of work, and he's just... it's like little, witch, like Dr. Mask kind of like sticking in his... hi. Do you need help identifying that?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And he kind of extends his hand, and he goes, "Oh, it's a orb of scrying. Yeah, it lets you scry once a day. On somebody that you're familiar with. Are you okay? You seem different than when you walked in. You seem a bit more, I don't know. Humans have like this posturing when you do things, and you don't seem as friendly as when you walked in."
Consider me focused, my friend.
See, okay, I'll go back to my over here. Okay,
I appreciate your help.
absolutely, yes. Ooh.
I kind of like pat him on the back as well.
Kind of like shy about it, and he just like kind of holds his hood, and he's yeah. And he goes back over, and he kind of pulls his stool over and gets back up and starts mixing things, mortar and pestle, and starts grinding something up. Anybody else?
All right, yeah. That was all I needed.
Okay. Anybody else?
All right, I'll uplift the mode. I am Jug this whole time has been scribbling on a note, just like okay, this will be fine. On the note, it just says to Captain Caraway. And he's gonna wrap it around another bottle of wine. He's like, "This will be the gift." And he's gonna run up. Is she at the helm still?
Yep, always at the helm.
Here we go.
All right, where's
Oh
where's
boy.
where's the captain's quarters?
Directly in front of the helm, but underneath it.
There's a door open right in front of the helm
Mhm.
on the deck.
All right.
Jesus Christ, wait.
Door's
I was gonna
closed, and it
ask
turns
if I
out-
could aid him in this, because this would be funny as hell if I could.
Absolutely.
Alright,
Okay.
no.
I take my lute and I prepare romantic music.
I'm watching from the crow's nest as he comes out.
He's just like,
Shh, shh. Duh. Try to be quiet.
Yeah, Lex.
He's gonna
Lex,
roll-
you do notice that Lex is following you, like loot prepared.
I am ready.
Lex, please.
or run over
He's
the
doing
door.
sneaky noise.
Yeah, I'm as sneaky as I can be. And he's just gonna roll the bottle, just roll the bottle into the quarters. Like,
I don't think anyone else is dumb enough to go into the quarters, captain's quarters. Maybe.
So you crack the door and roll it in.
yeah, I'm just like crack it and just, and then just close it and like,
All right.
So you hear the slow rolling of glass. It just
mark another fucking bottle off.
just like that sound of just slow rolling glass going across the floor. And then
You
hear,
should have
like,
probably
a
set it
dink
inside.
as it stops somewhere within the
Run
room.
a ship in the waves. It
Lex
might
is
break
like,
before she
and
gets
then-
it.
Lex stops midway. He's like, you know, he can do this himself. I don't want to be involved. Like, gets away as quickly as possible.
You see like 10 deckhands kind of walk over to like one of those sets of lines there, and like and they start taking some of it off. One of them's untying it and like pulling out rope to hand off to the others, and they're just kind of like looking at you, and they're like continue working as they're like eyeing you side eye like.
He just opened the captain's quarters.
Like,
something
he
in
just
there.
did that.
I'm not dumb enough to go in. I just cracked it, rolled it, and then shut the door. And I'm just like, all right. And then I just go back down to
I have a feeling she's gonna know there's only one person dumb enough to do that.
The only one that actually failed.
the only one
It's,
the only one that's not giving up.
She's been in this body all her life, so you can imagine this is definitely the first time she's seen anything like this.
I'm not
Never
looking
seen
at her.
this before.
I have a feeling I'm willing to do this every time I see her. I'll roll another wisdom until I don't fail. But this is just because that was my first thing. It was like as a gift for the captain.
Okay,
And now
this
it looks-
is what's funny, because if you pull this off, I want to know how that would work with a possum. I'm just saying, it'd be hilarious.
What?
All right.
Lex is like, I'm rooting for you, buddy.
I don't know what you mean.
He goes back to eating an apple.
He goes back to eating.
It's my favorite fruit.
This is my favorite.
All right. Do we
Okay. I was gonna do something with Lex, but I don't really have time, so I'm just gonna leave it.
Okay. Save it for start next time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll wait for the consequences of my actions next time.
Oh, there will be consequences. I guarantee that.
There's gonna be something.
There will
Okay.
be actions made.
If that's the last bottle, I'll need to throw her away if no one steals it.
Oh, that's hilarious, because I could do a thing about that if I was just a bit higher level.
So yeah, you guys.
Steal the
Could
bottle.
I legit could actually help him.
So you guys finish exploring the ruins, of course, and aboard the ship. Eat, have your moments. As the lines get hauled, sails go down, and the ship begins to move, crashing the waves. Sun overhead, beating down in the open sky as you guys move on. New information found, things to think about, things to process for some as well, that are not of the fleshy sort, and messages in a bottle to find not in the water. That is where we
Message on a
will.
bottle.
That is where we will pick up next time. With weird shit as the ship hits the whales, the waves.
We're sinking!
as the ship hits the waves and just kind of gradually moves through the water in the silence of the day of sailing. We'll pick up next time.